Well, it's not Pope Pizza Bola, Fester. Yeah, Fester, the Catholic in the room.
Yeah, okay.
Not Pizza Bola, but quite a shaka.
Yes.
No Pizza Bola, but quite the shaka. I don't think anyone expected an Americano as the new Pope.
No, nobody was looking at that.
Yeah, Michelle, you saw, some mentions. When did you start seeing the Pope, our new Pope, Leo the 14th? Sounds like a movie complex, doesn't it? The Leo 14 cinemas,
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Leo 14.
Yes, your movie's in theater number 8. It's down the hall to the right.
Thank you. Where are the restaurants?
Yes, over here on the left.
Wow, that's very nice.
And snack bar straight ahead. Looks like you can use the snack bar. Looks like you're just looking for the snack bar, sir.
That's it. I'm only here for the snack bar.
That's it. No movie. Just you just want to hit the snack bar and buy a $27 bucket of popcorn.
I'm really only here for the overpriced
Yes.
snowcaps.
What movie are you here to see, sir?
Leo.
No, Conclave.
There's a movie named Leo.
Is there really?
Yeah, I think it was like an animated movie named Leo.
I don't recall it. So, Michelle, when did you start seeing?
He's always been in the running.
He's
He's always been in the running. The only reason that he was not listed like number 1 or number 2 was because of his American, being born in America and having an American passport and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the top 8 contenders,
Yeah.
Pizza Bola was on that list as well.
Yeah.
But and so was this guy, but he wasn't a favorite
Right.
by the odds makers.
Yeah.
I mean, look, one of the other guys wasn't a favorite because of his age.
Yeah.
He was 600. I don't think I could. I mean, one guy, one of the guys, he when I came out and said, "Don't give it to me. I don't want it." So they narrowed it down and they picked Papa Leo.
Look, one of the Filipino guys, I think he was like not one of the tops because he was caught on, some video doing karaoke.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a karaoke loving Filipino who,
And he was not considered likely because there's a video of him floating around doing karaoke.
Yeah, I think they thought it was a little too.
What song was he doing?
You know what? I don't know.
Can you find the video?
I don't even know. They say it's circulating on the web.
Try to find it. You got to find Andrew, go to work for on it as well. Find one of the Filipino cardinals doing karaoke. There's a video on the web. See if you can find. I want to know what song he was doing. Rock the Casbah, rock the cat. Come on, Eileen.
Yeah.
Come on. Oh, no. Sister Christian, you're the only one. That's what he was doing.
Yeah, the guitar playing karaoke cardinal.
Yeah.
In the mix to become the new pope.
All right. The new pope, yes.
I don't think you're going to know the song. I think it was a Filipino song.
No, come on. It had to be something from the 80s. Come on. It had to be. Come on. Really? That sucks.
I don't know that the Cardinals held it against him. It was just he's called here he is singing. Here he is.
I know. Yeah. I see a picture of him, but we got to find the video of him. Anyway, an American Pope. Yeah, we'll get into this later on. I'll tell you, one of my favorite sound bites was the Pope's brother. Do you realize the Pope has two brothers? One of them lives down in Port Charlotte.
That's incredible.
The Pope's brother is in Port freaking Charlotte. I mean, unbelievable. And this could be my favorite audio bite of the day. Hang on, what cut is it? Lou. And the Pope's brother's name is Lou. Listen to Lou give an interview to ABC News.
He was elected. I got up immediately, got dressed, dancing around like an idiot, just because it's like incredible.
He's right.
He got up. He's dancing around like an idiot down in Port Charlotte. Oh, it's hysterical, unbelievable. But I never thought I'd see an American Pope. All right, a couple of other things. Hey, Michelle.
Yeah.
Man, you've had an exciting 2 days of transportation. So the airplane ride and your landing at Tampa International yesterday, which was a little bit of a jolter. Yeah, Michelle and Julian flew in from LaGuardia after Michelle flew up to help Julian pack up the dorm and get out of the dorm. Get out. You know, like in the conclave, before they start, they do the Latin phrase and they tell everyone to get out.
Yes.
Yeah, that's also what they say at the housing department at NYU. Get out. In the conclave, they told all of the non-voting cardinals to get out in Latin. And, Julian had to be out of his dorm. And they said, get out. Same thing, just like the conclave. So Michelle's back, and we'll get into this later on. Quite a story with Michelle's landing at Tampa International yesterday. So we'll give you the details. I've got audio. I'm prepared to help Michelle tell the story. So that's coming up a little later on. What the hell happened? And then I said 2 days of travel, 2 days of transportation. And then on the way in, we almost got slammed. Someone changing lanes, didn't even bother to look. And Michelle, that was a close one. Did you like my evasive action?
I was not really observing anything.
Yeah, I had to abort and sidestep, kind of like your flight yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Fester, I'm coming on the entrance ramp. I'm coming off of Kennedy Boulevard and onto 275. So I've got the left lane coming on 275 Howard Franklin all to myself because I'm coming on, and that's a dedicated lane left. And then you've got the couple of lanes that are coming off of the veterans area.
Yeah, everything kind of merges together.
Yeah, coming out of the airport, and you got those two lanes. And there's a guy that's in that center lane, and he decides, no, he wants to come into my lane, doesn't even look. And, man, I had to take some serious evasive action. I was almost wearing blue paint from a blue SUV.
Listen, you know.
Hey, dummy in the Volvo. Dummy in the Volvo SUV, you got to look. Before you change lanes, you got to look. That was very, very close. We already lost an X5 in the flood in Helene, and this is the replacement one. Holy crap.
Well, those Volvo drivers think they own the damn road.
Oh, yeah, those freaking Volvo. You're right. Those Volvo bastards. You know, a Chinese company bought Volvo.
Yeah, but still, you want to tell me you have a
Volvo's Chinese now.
Passive-aggressive air superiority. You buy a Volvo.
Really?
You want to look down on everybody, but not really, be super down.
Good to know.
Yeah. I've never liked a person who's driven a Volvo.
I like that.
I mean, have you? Think about it. Have you known anybody who's driven a Volvo? You're like, I like this guy.
609. 609 at the MJ Morning Show. Fester, would you like to predict Schreiner's first traffic report?
Building traffic on westbound I-4. No major problems. Bridges are looking clear. I think it's going to sound something like that.
All right. Let's check traffic with Schreiner.
Good morning. Not much to report on at the moment. There are a few places with construction from the overnight that needs to be cleared out. And of course, this early, there's not a lot of traffic on the roads, comparatively speaking. But once that volume builds, we'll see what happens. But for the moment, the interstates and highways, bridges, and major intersections all reporting incident-free. Keeping you updated, I'm Schreiner.
Traffic brought to you.
Q105, it's 104.7 FM. MJ Fester, Michelle is back from her New York City jaunt to go help Julie and our son pack up and leave for summer break, finishing his sophomore year. Hey, I want to play a sound quickly, and I want you to tell me right off the bat here, I want you to tell me what the sound is, and then I want to revisit the schmuckdom, the idiocy. Schmuckdom, you write that down? That's a good one.
Yes.
The schmuckdom. The aura
of a schmuck.
Yeah, the aura of being a schmuck.
Oh, yeah. Everybody knew what it meant.
Yeah, schmuckdom. I want to talk about the latest entry into the Hall of Schmuckdom. We'll get to that coming up in just a bit. Let me play this sound effect for you. on this very busy Friday morning. Tell me what comes to mind. What do you think this is? What do you think that sound is?
A screeching bird?
Would you like to be more specific other than screeching bird? I will confirm that, yes, you are on the right track. I would classify that as a screeching bird, but would you like to dive a little deep? Michelle, you can participate as well if you'd like.
I mean, if you'd like. Is it a falcon?
No, it is not a falcon.
Is it a osprey?
No.
A heron.
No.
Is it an eagle?
It's not a parakeet, okay? What'd you say?
Is it an eagle?
Well, that's
It's supposed to be a screaming eagle, right?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
what I don't know what it is, but I'm hearing the sound the last, 6 months. I'm just hearing this sound. Whether it's a TV show we're watching, it's kind of like, the Wilhelm scream. Hey, Andrew, can you bring up the Wilhelm scream in there? And then just let me know when you have it. I'm going to bring up your studio, okay? Just let me know when you have the Wilhelm scream. It's, if you, okay, here we go. So this is called the Wilhelm scream. And if you pay attention to like TV, movies over the years, you will hear the same guy screaming, and it's known in the industry as the Wilhelm scream. All right, so you'll hear that sound effect over and over again. Let me give you another sound effect. You will hear this sound a lot. And that is a sound effect off of a sound effects library, but it's used a lot with traffic and a truck going by, or just start paying attention and you'll start hearing. All right, so these are like sounds that for whatever reason are just used over and over again. And to denote the sound of an eagle, that sound is just used over and over and over again, whether it's TV, whether it's movies, commercials. Oh, the American eagle, the symbol of freedom of the United States of America. We need a sound for the eagle. It's not an eagle.
What is it?
It's a red-tailed hawk. But everyone has co-opted this exact sound effect. I don't know who recorded it. I don't know what sound effects library this is off of. But people want to make that an eagle. But no, it's actually a red-tailed hawk. I heard it like yesterday again in something. And I'm just, oh my God, there's that sound again. People trying to make it sound like an eagle. But it's a red-tailed hawk. Fun with sound effects here on the MJ Morning Show.
Wait, some ornithologist tell you this?
Hold on.
Who are you hanging out with?
And now that you've heard the truck horn, now that you've heard that truck horn sound effect, you will not be able to unhear that truck horn sound effect. You're going to start hearing that exact sound effect and all kinds of crap. We dealt with this yesterday. You want to hear another sound effect? Yeah, here you go. You know what that is? That's some schmuck. That's some dopey kid in high school or junior high jamming something into the charging port of a school-issued Chromebook, causing the thing to start smoking and catch on fire. Who the hell started this trend? And, of course, it's TikTok idiocy. And people are posting videos on TikTok of them trying to ignite these laptops on fire. And there's this dumb, oh God, when you say TikTok challenge, that just reeks of a Darwin Award. That just reeks of what kind of a schmuck are you? A TikTok challenge. And one of the latest TikTok challenges is cramming things inside the charging port so you short out the charging port on the Chromebook, and it catches on fire. It starts smoking. It billows smoke. I mean, there's one video that I saw where it looks like there's a fog machine inside the laptop.
Like the machine is vaping.
There you go.
It's just spitting out all this smoke.
No, that's a very good description.
That's what I do.
But what the hell is going on?
It looks like a lot of like those graphite leads of the mechanical pencils are getting jammed in there. Just enough to trigger something or heat something up. I don't know how it works, but
So somebody determined
it's
that
awesome.
someone determined that jamming the foreign object inside the charging port causes the charging port to arc and spark and smoke.
I mean, that's how Edison would do things in his studio. He would just try different things until something worked.
Just jam stuff.
So are you likening these students who are, going into the TikTok challenge as scientists and brilliants that are going to invent something?
What happened was the kid who is like the worst student in the class, he or she is the one who discovered this because they're just fiddling around, thinking of crap to do, using their computer for everything but what it's intended. And then the better students see it and like, oh man, how'd you do it? And then they pick up on it.
Paper clips.
Yeah.
You notice that they're putting like the lead refills that you stick into a mechanical pencil in there.
I think I saw a bobby pin jammed into one.
Yeah. I mean, these are just idiots.
I want to buy a Chromebook just to light it on smoke.
I mean, they're not expensive. That's the whole deal on a Chromebook. They're cheap, very accessible laptops. So you want to do an MJ Morning Show experiment and you go buy a Chromebook and see how quickly you can light it? No, I don't want you to enter the hall of schmuckdom.
Were these issued to the students by the school?
In some cases, yes. Yeah.
Well, because when our children were issued laptops by the schools when we were up in New York, it was a first experience. We were responsible for the damage.
You had to
and
sign.
You had to keep it year to year.
You had to sign something. And
like Chloe had one from 7th grade, I think, all the way on through, or 8th grade rather, all the way on through high school.
Right.
And unless something really happened to it, you didn't get it replaced.
Right.
You might get it refurbed.
They
and
were
Julian as well.
They were nice. They were
Apple.
They were Apple. They were Macs. So yeah, both of our kids got Macs.
But you were told you were going to be responsible if something.
But then again, we were paying out the ass for these two schools up in New York.
Yes.
But remember that one kid in Julian's class, not to out anybody, but he literally took it and just bent it backwards.
Oh, that's right.
I think he got expelled or something.
Oh, that's right.
So, I mean.
At Alan Stevenson.
Okay, I wasn't really going to announce anything.
Yeah, nobody really cares about a school in New York.
Yeah.
We have had prominent people come out of that school, so people go look it up. You might see some names. But
who Dan Abrams.
Dan Abrams.
I mean,
I can't remember the others.
From Real PD and
Oh, that guy on TV, that one guy.
No,
okay,
but other people.
Also, ABC News legal analyst. He does that as well.
But it's a school like a lot of prominent.
Do you have
New
another
Yorkers
name?
go
Do you
there.
have another? You can't think of another famous name that came out of there?
Not really.
Yes, you can.
Michelle could probably think of 100, but here she's playing coy.
The gentleman who won the Oscar for the movie a couple years ago.
Oh, the guy.
What movie?
His son. Remember?
What movie?
She doesn't even
Can't remember. I forget it.
Well, yeah. Sorry.
So speaking of how does somebody figure out I'm going to jam something in the charging port of a Chromebook and make it ignite and start billowing smoke and potentially catch on fire? So, who discovers this? Well, listen, I don't know if I've ever told this story, but when I was a kid, we were still living up in Nanuet, New York before we moved to Virginia Beach. So I must have been probably 8 or 9. And I just had to have a chemistry set. Fester, I don't know if you remember this, but up in the Northeast, there used to be this company, and I'm trying to remember the name of the damn company, but they had a catalog, a hardbound catalog. Do you ever remember seeing those? Like these companies that had like every single item under the sun, all kinds of consumer goods and sporting goods and just like everything.
Yeah.
And it's like a huge, thick catalog.
Was it like the Sears catalog?
No, it wasn't the Sears. That was not hardbound. So, yes, when you think of a famous old catalog, you think of that like telephone book size, the old Sears catalog. Similar, but there was a company up in New York or New Jersey, Connecticut, up in the Northeast, and I can't remember the name of the thing. I can see the book, and my dad used to bring these home from work. And I love flipping through this catalog. It was it was like a big book, and it was hardbound, unlike the Sears catalog, which was softbound. And I'm trying to remember the name of the company, but I remember flipping through this thing, and there was the coolest freaking chemistry set ever. I mean, it was like this metal case that like folded into 5 parts, and it's stacked. And then you would open up like the metal wings, and it would sit like it would sit upright. But it had all kinds of chemicals and liquids, and it had beakers.
Was it the evil mad scientist?
I don't know what it was, but let me tell you what I've learned. That those chemistry sets, like they used to make, are off the freaking market.
Yeah.
Because they were dangerous as F.
Yeah.
All right. So, well, guess what? I found that out. For a while, I would follow the little booklet on fun experiments to do by taking. No, it was not the Spiegel catalog. Yeah. Andrew's answering.
Yeah, people are calling in now with answers.
It was not the Spiegel catalog, Chicago, Illinois, 60609. No. That was a big game show staple back when I was a kid. No, it wasn't Spiegel.
I think it was the Lionel Porter
Nope,
chemistry set.
The chemistry set?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought you were saying.
I'm looking at it, and it looks like the box you're describing.
I mean, this thing was unbelievable. So this would have been mid-1970s.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember doing the experiments, take a little bit of sulfur, and you mix it with this, and then it had a Bunsen burner with the alcohol and the wick that you had to light. I mean, this is a dangerous freaking thing for an 8-year-old, all right? So I started to get bored with the simple experiments, so I just started mixing everything together.
You can't do that.
You're telling me?
Yeah, that's not what you can do.
I caused a small explosion in the basement, and there was some fire. And my parents, I don't know where the hell they were, but I quickly extinguished it. But those chemistry sets, they just don't sell those anymore.
You can get it on eBay.
What? The one that I almost blew up the house with?
Yeah, the one that you're sound to be describing.
Is it still full of chemicals?
No, it looks like some of it's missing.
Oh, man. But I was scared to death. And I would mix crap together, and the stuff would like foam and shoot crap out and everything. I mean, I'm lucky I have both eyes. Was I wearing goggles?
No.
Hell no!
Goggles. I ain't got no time for goggles.
I've done a lot of things that I ask myself, how the hell am I still here? Stuff that I did as a kid. All right, I got to figure out what the catalog was. That's going to drive me nuts. 6:33 at the MJ Morning Show. We're going to give away the 5th and final Mother's Day garage door opener from Banco Overhead Doors later today. Also, next, right before we start Morons in the News, next, we're going to start giving away $1,000 every single hour, every day next week and the week after. We're giving away $40,000 in cash. Only on the MJ Morning Show. Only local. Only MJ Morning Show listeners. I'll give you full details on that coming up next. Let's talk about your air conditioning. Yeah, I'm not going to hush about the big money coming up starting Monday morning. Folks, this is huge. This is massive. We're going to give away $1,000 every single hour, every single day next week on the MJ Morning Show. And then if that's not enough, we're going to follow it up the week after. So 2 solid weeks of $1,000 every hour on the MJ Morning Show. And this is local only. This is not one of the national contests that all the big radio companies do. You know, here's the keyword. No. Listen, people really win those. Here we've had a ton of Q105 and a ton of Tampa Bay winners with our corporate national contest. But, you have all of our markets and all of our stations participating. Starting Monday morning, it's the ATMJ. Get it? The ATMJ. My name's MJ Morning Show. You get it?
We get it.
Yeah.
You're a pretty funny
so
guy.
Starting Monday morning, ATMJ, and it's going to be spitting out $1,000 every hour. Thanks to the Kemp Law Group. Accident or fall, you call Kemp Law. Yeah, they're powering this contest. Yeah, so they're helping with the cash. Guess what? That just shows you how well they do recovering cash for their clients for accidents and falls.
It's a big operation.
Yeah, that's why you call. Hey, Fester and Allison are using Kemp Law after Allison got rear-ended by an Uber in downtown Tampa a couple of weeks back. All right, so starting on Monday morning, in the first hour, this 6 o'clock hour, this time on Monday morning, we're just going to take a call. I'm going to say caller 80, caller 75, whatever. You win $1,000 right now. Now, that primes the pump. That gets the whole chain reaction going. So on Monday morning, I'm just going to give away $1,000 at 6 a.m., 6 a.m. hour. Then you must be listening because you got to listen for the first name of the winner. And that's when the process begins, and it's like a game of tag. So every single subsequent hour, you just have to know the previous hour's name, just the first name. Let's say Bob. Like the new Pope.
That's right.
Pope Bob.
Pope Bob.
All right. You just need to know the name Bob or whatever the name is. So 6 a.m. hour on Monday, we say caller blah, blah, blah to win $1,000. They call in. I take the call live. And let's say it's Bob. It's Helene. It's whatever. Just know the name. 7 o'clock hour, the next hour, I'm going to say, hey, be caller so-and-so. And just tell me who won last hour, and you'll win the next $1,000. And that's how it goes. So the 8 o'clock hour, you have to know who won in the 7. The 9 o'clock hour $1,000 giveaway, you got to know who won in the 8. And then for Tuesday morning, 6 a.m., you just have to know who won the last time in the 9 o'clock hour. So you always just have to keep listening, try to call in, and just know the previous hour's first name of the winner, and you've got the next $1,000. Every hour, every day next week, and then the following week. 2 solid weeks, $40,000 in cash, $1,000 a pop. Right here on the MJ Morning Show. It all starts Monday morning. It's going to be massive. Let's do early. Morons in the news, of course. It's a local story. You know, it's amazing. The Smoking Gun website, how much crap they get from the Tampa Bay area. If you go to their webpage, I mean, you go to their site, it's like 95% of the items that they get are Florida stories. And then of the 95% that are Florida,
yeah,
I would say 85% are Pinellas County.
Amazing. That guy has his ear.
Oh, man.
Bob Bascom?
Bob Bascom.
Bascom?
Yeah, Bascom or something. I don't know. Something like that. Maybe you're right. Anyway, I met him years ago. But listen to this. Married couple fingered for lewd conduct at Florida bar. Yeah, the headline might be a little tantalizing and titillating. It might be kind of giving you some insight into what the lewd behavior was.
I never understood why they use the term fingered in reference to
you were caught.
police activity.
You were caught.
You've been fingered.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
like,
that's an old term. It's,
I know, but
it's almost like pointing at you. Oh, that's the guy right there.
But,
you
can't say, "Ha, we caught you." No, you have to say, "We fingered you."
Listen,
I agree, Fester.
You've been fingered.
Don't say that. Just stop
That's
saying
not
it.
me. It's
I know. Just
the world.
He's repeating
listen,
it.
I'm about to tell the story, and I just don't need you. Just stop.
Well, looks like I fingered one of your
stop. I told you to stop. Listen, I'm about to get into the details, and that's enough. I want some distance, okay? And you're not providing that distance right now.
Just blast away. Go ahead.
A married couple was arrested Sunday evening for allegedly engaging in lewd activity at a sidewalk cafe in Florida, according to court records. Ryan Cook, 29, and Kimberly Morey, 27, were at the Where's Jubes bar in downtown St. Pete? I'm not quite familiar where that bar is. When the conduct apparently occurred, according to a witness, Cook placed his hand up his wife's dress. All right, so he's Ryan Cook, but his wife is Kimberly Morey.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right, so he places his hand up his wife's dress and touches her privates, which reportedly caused a disturbance and a breach of the peace.
Yeah, for her. Yeah, for her.
Morey was charged for allowing her husband to place his hand up her dress and engage in sexual conduct. Arrest affidavits do not identify the witnesses who fingered the frisky couple, pointed them out, told on them. Yeah, Cook and Morey were each charged with disorderly conduct, a misdemeanor, and possession of an open container. They had bottles of Captain Morgan rum. Well, hold on. Wait a minute. They're inside a bar? Would they bring their own? Yeah, we're going to go to a bar in downtown St. Pete. We're going to bring in our own bottles of Captain Morgan.
Where's Jube's place? I've never been. It's like an Aussie-themed brew pub. Looks like a good time.
Yeah, Fester just found the sign for the place. Fester's online. Where's Jube's Aussie Brew Pub? And it's where in St. Pete is it?
It's on Central Avenue.
It is on Central?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, well, listen, I was talking about the pizza box on yesterday's program. You know, the pizza box is on Central, and they're suffering a little bit because no raise, and all the tourism didn't come back after the hurricanes. So, folks, if you want great pizza, go check out the pizza box on Central Avenue. And I guess, listen, if you want a brewski and you want to see potentially some lewd behavior from a couple of patrons, go to Where's Jubes.
I want to be involved in the lewd behavior.
Actually, it looks like
Fester. This lady allowed it and got charged. Allison would never.
Oh God, Fester, that's terrible for you to say.
You know Central. You know what Central Avenue used to have?
What?
Hookers.
What?
What?
Oh yeah, Central Avenue
Hold
used
on.
to be a dump.
Central Avenue used to have hookers in downtown St. Pete?
Before this whole revitalization, I remember growing up, Central Avenue was always like sketch. and it was like south of Central.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
But Central Avenue was a sketchy street for years.
I remember
this
when...
is all in the last, since the Rays have come to town, Central Avenue has been revitalized and downtown St. Pete has blossomed because of that.
I know that. I just didn't know that you had street walking hookers in downtown St. Pete. Anyway, during a court appearance on Monday, Cook and Morey pleaded no contest to the charges.
No contest, Your Honor. You got me.
A judge adjudicated them guilty, fined them each about $500, and they were freed from the Pinellas County Jail. Yes, Michelle.
Do they have criminal...
Hold on. Why? Why you have your hand over your face like you're clutching the pearls over there? What's going on?
They didn't try to deny or mitigate or anything.
No.
They're like, guilty as charged. We did it on a Sunday in a bar.
Well, Michelle,
Boo on you.
listen.
Badge of honor. Let's go again. Find us another bar. It's sacrilegious.
Isn't if you plead no contest, you're making it a little easier on the court?
You're throwing it on the court's
but
decision.
I'm just thinking,
You're throwing yourself on the mercy of the court.
Listen to me. Just hear me out.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
What is it? No
contender.
No contender.
Yeah.
We have other crimes of this nature, like misdemeanors, lesser offenses, whatever, that people fight all the shoplifting. You were caught shoving the sushi down your drawers and running out of the public store, and you will still fight that for whatever reason. These people, what evidence would you have to bring before the court to actually prove the case?
I don't know, witness statements of
well, come on.
Camera.
How much did you have to drink? Did you really see the finger go where you say it went according to the
let me
blah,
sniff,
blah, blah?
Let me sniff your finger.
I just don't know.
I mean, you get a witness with a very good memory. He'll be very descriptive.
Does my finger smell?
Come on. Okay. I wasn't going to go there. But honestly, I'm just thinking, I just think as an attorney, right? Like, we have, I think, more clear-cut cases get fought. Hello, O.J. Simpson, whatever.
Yeah, listen,
I don't know.
I mean, it's over now. It's over. You know what? If he pleads guilty, not guilty, then there's more evidence.
Yeah.
You know what? No contest. You got me. What are you gonna do?
And
$500. All right, fine. Have a good day.
I'm gonna hold the mugshot of Ryan Cook up to MJTV. Look at his smile on his face. His face is, yep, I did it.
And what does her face say?
Yep, he did it.
Dissatisfied. She's got a little.
Yeah, he's got the, cat did it. He's got that cooter cat look.
Oh, but she looks PO'd.
Listen.
Oh, man.
Stopped him too soon. Of course she's PO.
And of course, right here in St. Petersburg, just down the street here from the studio. Isn't that fantastic?
I get pinched for this. I'm smiling ear to ear in my mugshot. I'm smoking a cigar in my mugshot.
Unfreaking believable.
Oh, man. Just the difference in their looks and their mugshots says it all.
Hey, if you're a bus driver getting ready to pick up the kidlets, if you're a bus driver getting ready to drive high school, junior high, elementary school today, you've got to hear. This is going to be an extension of Morons in the News. I just don't have enough time right now, or else I'm going to get too late, and I want to start the 7 o'clock hour on time. If you're a bus driver, or if you ride a bus, or if you're a parent and your kids ride a bus, you want to hear this. Got a warning. And that's next. Don't move. MJ Morning Show, Q105, 104.7 FM. If you're making a move. starting the 7 o'clock hour at exactly 7 o'clock. I mean, boom, like right on the money, 7 o'clock. I mean, I'm so on time that Fester's not even back from whatever the hell he's doing right now. All right, I have a warning to bus drivers. And listen, if you're a kid getting on a bus later today, if you're a parent putting your kid on a bus, whatever the deal is, this is important. You don't want to drink and drive as a bus driver, and you don't want your bus driver to be all drunk off their butt. Listen to this. Bus driver accused of having a blood alcohol content of a .221. All right, there's a difference between obviously being a little buzzed with like a .04 and a .221. Listen, if you're a bus driver, you shouldn't have anything in your system. As far as I'm concerned, school bus drivers, they ought to adhere to the airlines and the FAA, the bottle to throttle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
I know. I know what it's called.
Like airline pilots are not allowed to drink a certain amount of time. I think the FAA is, can you look that up? Is the FAA, is it 8 hours? But then some airlines have a 12-hour rule. Some airlines go, just go to Google and type in bottle to throttle rule, U.S. airline pilots. Just type that in. And so I want to go back to that. All right, here's the deal. A bus driver, this is in Indiana, accused of having a blood alcohol level of a .221 while driving kids on a school field trip.
Was he drinking rubbing alcohol?
Oh, my God. According to the Davies, D-A-V-I-E-S-S? How the hell do you pronounce that county in Indiana?
Well, the founder of the county had no teeth.
Right. According to the local sheriff's office, their dispatch received a call that a school bus was stuck in the mud in the median on a county road. The bus driver, Stephen W. Truelove. Yeah, he's got a true love of the sauce, apparently.
Let me tell you something.
What's your name?
David Truelove.
Yeah, and what is your true love in life, Mr. Truelove?
Wild Irish Rose.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
Yeah, I went somewhere yesterday for breakfast after the morning show.
Yeah.
I went to like a bodega that I've never been to before.
They don't call them bodegas here in Florida.
It was like a deli. It was a very different
Dude, if you
restaurant.
live
You can call it that if you have a vocabulary.
No,
Go ahead, Fester.
If you live in Queens or Brooklyn, you call it a bodega. You don't live in Lutz and call it a bodega.
What do you want to call it?
Here's what it's called. I went to a place for breakfast yesterday on MLK in Tampa called the 10-Star Deli Supermarket and Smoke Shop.
Right.
That's a bodega.
Okay.
All they need is to add oil change to the sign as well.
And
10-Star Deli, Smoke Shop, and phone stop.
Phone stop.
And oil change.
This place.
And washing machine repair parts.
They had everything.
Yeah.
They had stuff that I didn't even know what it was.
Really?
They had like canisters of like Whippet air. I'm like, what is this?
Really?
What?
And I was told.
I can get my whippets there?
I was told this place had these.
Folks, I don't do whippets. Don't do whippets.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Don't ruin your brain.
Yes, a bunch of people were thinking, oh my God, MJ does it. No, I was told. No, I saw on Instagram this place has like the best breakfast sandwiches.
Right.
So I was like, hey, I'm going to go there today after this show.
Yeah.
I went there, picked up, and it was fantastic.
So it
Really?
fulfilled the hype.
But they had the largest selection of Wild Irish Rose liquor bottles ever seen. And then they had, all the malt liquors, $1.81 for.
Oh, the little bottles?
No, the malt liquor in a can.
Oh.
Old English, Colt 45, it was stuff I haven't seen in years, and you had never seen a more traditional.
Really? Like a Circle K or a Wawa or 7-Eleven or.
But I saw more Wild Irish Rose yesterday, and I had one in my hand. I'm like, do I want to buy one of these?
Yeah. What is in there?
Everything.
Now, what's in the liquor bottle? What kind of liquor is that? I've never even heard of that.
Wild Irish Rose, is that a wine?
Yeah, I think it is.
I think it's a wine, but
Yeah.
it's like a wine in like a flasky bottle. That,
Oh,
like, you
we're
know-
going on a field trip.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
go.
If you're holding a bottle of Wild Irish Rose, Michelle, you've fallen a couple of clicks.
I'm just
Really?
saying.
I don't think I've ever even heard of it.
If you want to come to this place with me, though, we have to take my
How
car.
about Boone's Farm, Mad Dog
That
2020?
I'm very familiar with those two, please.
It's in that vein.
Since 14.
Oh, okay.
It's in that vein. It's 14. There was a time.
Not quite.
There was a time back in my prime that was fine drinking.
All right, let me get back to the bus driver.
All right. So anyway,
So
Wild Irish Rose.
According to the local sheriff's office, they get a call to 911. School bus stuck in the mud in a median. Bus driver Stephen W. Trulove, 55 years old, was taken to the community hospital for drug and alcohol screening. His blood alcohol level was a .221. So you've got to factor in when he actually drank, how long the delay was that he was stuck in the mud before he was actually transported to the hospital
Yes.
for the blood alcohol test.
I mean, some of it had to have burned off or worn off in the system.
Yeah, thank you, Sherlock. Yeah, that's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah, I know. It's a
That
show.
can
We
you-
talk back and forth. Right. I
No, but you
understand.
said it like it was new to you.
No.
All right.
He said it like he was
All right.
acknowledging.
4 adults, and this is where I've got a big problem here.
What's your problem?
4 adults, and because you had the chaperones, you had 4 adult chaperones on the trip. 30, so you had teachers and chaperones, parents. 38 kids were removed from the bus. No one was injured. He was charged with operating a vehicle while intoxicated. You're telling me of the teachers and the adult, the parents, the chaperone. You're telling me that nobody detected a school bus driver taking the kids on a field trip? That he had a blood alcohol level of a .221? I mean, come on. I mean, that is like falling over drunk. I mean, how did you not either smell it? How did you not detect the guy's demeanor? I'm very concerned about the aptitude of the teachers and parents that you couldn't tell that something was maybe a little bit off on a bus driver hauling the kids to a field trip with a blood alcohol of a .221?
Were they drunk also?
Yeah.
I mean, this is Indiana, where
that's
dreams go to die.
Indiana.
Indiana. I mean, who's running to Indiana?
That's listen to some good stuff in India. Like,
Okay, so
Okay, name 3 things.
Notre Dame,
Okay, name one other thing.
Indianapolis 500.
Name one other thing in the city of South Bend that's good besides Notre Dame.
Well, listen, I don't know much about South Bend. I just know that Notre Dame is a phenomenal school.
That's where it starts and ends.
What else about Indiana? Oh, St. Elmo's Steakhouse in Indianapolis.
Okay, there's 2.
okay, there you go.
No, I said that's 3. I said Indianapolis 500.
Okay.
Notre Dame, Indianapolis 500, St. Elmo's Steakhouse.
The other 362 days a year, it's meth. I think-
Indiana's not a known meth state, is it?
Oh,
are they
hold on.
big?
Oh, hold on.
Oh, are you going to find a list of
Okay.
the biggest,
What's
the
my
biggest,
search term? States
the
with
biggest meth states,
biggest meth problems.
states that are meth up,
problems.
all messed up. Yes, I'm all messed up. All right. Based on various rankings, look at AI Google has delivered the answer. Based on various rankings, including those by Wallet Hub and Becker's Dental Review, states with the lowest dental health scores include Arkansas, West Virginia, Louisiana, Mississippi, and dude, you typed in moth problems. Dude,
Meth problems.
Dude, you're an idiot.
All right, methamphetamine trend.
But it sounded right with the dental thing.
It did,
The dental
but-
dude doing the
but teeth
analysis.
He is the worst typer. He is the worst searcher.
Okay.
He typed in states with the worst moth, M-O-T-H.
But I think it corrected. It auto-corrected because
It's-
it gave you a
yeah.
person who knows about meth and teeth.
Yeah, it seemingly did.
Here you go. Top 10 cities for meth.
No, that's
Oh,
marijuana.
marijuana.
Dude, that's you
Hold on.
can't even
I
read. That
typed
says
in meth.
marijuana.
Top 10 cities
Oh,
with drug.
it starts with an M.
All right,
Yeah.
states with the highest crystal meth use.
There you go. That's what I'm looking
All right,
for.
let's go. Let's put clues to say here.
All right.
Let's get to
States
the list.
with here we go. Right there. That's what we want. Scroll up. Let's see the headline. All right. Top 10 states with meth problems. The crystal meth capital of America is Michigan.
Wow.
Right next to Indiana.
Well, hold on a minute. Let me go down the list. The crystal meth capital of America is Michigan, making it number 1 on our list of states with the highest meth use. The Midwest region in the nation tends to be the hotspot for meth-related criminal activity.
I'm telling you, Indiana's like the hub of it.
According to the Missouri State Highway Patrol's National Clandestine Laboratory Seizure System, states with the most meth-related seizures in 2018 were number 1, Michigan, number 2, New York,
That's just because of the size of New York.
number 3, Indiana,
I told you.
number 4, Illinois, number 5, North Carolina, number 6, California, number 7, Pennsylvania, number 8, Tennessee,
Tennessee.
Number 9 is Ohio, and then number 10, yeah, we're in the top 10, baby.
I mean, we made it.
Yeah, Florida, number 10 on the list.
All right, so going back to the drinks.
Yeah.
There was a chart, and we were discussing this with Chloe about how many drinks you could have an hour before you start like registering. So I pulled it up because I was curious as well. If he's an average guy, like 180 pounds, right?
Uh-huh.
To get to a 0.20,
Yep.
he has to. Or I'm sorry, 0.20. He has to drink 8 drinks.
Within what time period?
8 drinks. 9 drinks an hour.
9 drinks an hour? For
Yeah.
how many hours, though?
Right. So that's like if he drank 9 drinks in
Oh
the
my
first hour,
God.
he would register 0.20. Then if he doesn't drink for, I think, periods after that, then it'll start to decrease, right? But then if he continues and drinks another 9 drinks the second hour, he'll maintain his 0.20 level.
Holy crap. Listen, this was a school field trip. How early did this guy start?
Right.
Was it on the way home from the field trip? Or
Oh.
No. It was to the. I think it was to the field trip.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know, what sucks is that I always think of a bus as something that could handle a little bit of mud.
He just wanted to go 4-wheeling and see
Listen,
how the bus did.
That's really what you're going to point out?
I mean,
We got 38 kids in danger, teachers and adult parental chaperones, and you want to know? But you thought
Wait.
buses can get out of the mud?
I mean,
Stop.
that's how the guy got caught. I'm analyzing all angles, Mr. One-sided over here.
Are they in danger because of the bus driver, or are you upset that Fester's suggesting the danger because of the mud?
I mean, the
mud. It's just mud. They're just mudding.
He probably would have just got home safely if wasn't for that damn mud.
Yes.
Let me ask you a question. Can you batter somebody with nachos? I mean, when you think of somebody getting battered.
Oh, which way? Battered? What definition? Like battered, like covered in like
No,
Eggo
like
crumbs?
attack somebody, assault somebody, battery, a battery. Can you really batter somebody with nachos? Can you get hurt with? Listen, I've talked about nachos in the past, and I think we've all had the like Doritos roof of the mouth, corner of the chip roof stabbing.
Mm-hmm.
We've all had that. Eating a Dorito and that pointy part of the end of the chip, it gets you in the roof of your mouth like you were freaking OJ'd. You've had that, and you're bleeding and everything. You got a piece of skin hanging down. You've had that happen, right? So I have been injured with a nacho cheese chip.
But you're talking about being like assaulted by somebody else?
All right, listen to this. Of course, it's a Florida story. A nurse has been accused of shoving cheesy nachos down the leggings of her wife
Oh my.
during a 3:00 in the morning domestic battery situation and police response here in Florida. Investigators say the 40-year-old victim was making nachos with nacho cheese in the kitchen. That seems like a very appropriate 3 a.m. activity. When her spouse, Allison Swan, told her she shouldn't be eating this late.
Oh.
Well, that's sort of my point. Right?
Nachos at 3 a.m. are delicious, and you shouldn't be eating at that time. Yeah.
During the argument, Swan, who'd been playing video games in the living room, walked over to her spouse, grabbed a handful of cheesy nachos, and shoved them down the back of the victim's leggings. When the victim, who's also a registered nurse, an RN, subsequently sought to change her clothes, Swan allegedly dragged her to the floor and shoved her fingers into either side of her mouth and hooked them like a fish. Allison then continued to batter her by grabbing her head and slamming it into the floor multiple times. Then it turns into like a WWE match.
All right, I'll tell you right now. I am so turned on by this story. Oh my God. I'm sorry. I mean, we're talking
stop.
fooling around, nacho cheese, maybe a little rough and tumble stuff. I mean, I'm not a fan of DV at all, but this is my definition.
And guess what? The two women in a relationship, you can clearly have a DV situation. It's not just Earl and the wife beater, Right?
This Allison sounds like a wife beater, all right.
During the confrontation, the victim told police Swan made several comments that she was the one in charge.
Oh,
she's the butch. She's the one in charge, and that her wife was not behaving. Listen here, woman.
Okay. I have to go smoke a cigarette after this. This is so hot.
A friend of the victim called 911 to report hearing via an open phone line Swan striking her spouse. How does how does that turn you on?
Well,
the nacho part.
The nacho
part.
part.
John, let's be very clear.
What is it?
It's just the shoving of the nacho cheese chips down the pants. That's
nachos in the pants, hot. Fingers in the mouth. I'm not mad at it.
That's such a violation. Like you stick your you stick your fingers in someone's mouth like a fish hook, or like you jam your fingers in there and you start spreading their mouth open like a dental appliance, like something the dentist uses.
You're gonna make me throw up.
Oh my God! The police responded. This happened over in Port St. Lucie, by the way. Swan denied the physical altercation. She claimed that her wife had been in a drunken rage and had thrown a plate of nachos and rolled around and covered herself in nacho cheese.
That might be the case.
All right, Fester's getting hot again.
That might be the case.
Rolling around in nacho cheese, Fester.
Do not suggest this for Allison, please.
No, this is a solo activity.
However, an examination of the victim's leggings revealed what appeared to be nacho cheese on the interior backside, consistent with her story. Nacho cheese inside the pants.
Nacho panties.
That's a good storage spot for you, and you can go back and kind of go back to the well all day long. Just get some nacho cheese all inside your pants. Stick your hand down your pants and get a nice, scrape some off the inside, and that's delicious.
I mean,
Got cheese in my pants. And while Swan claimed her spouse had thrown the nachos, cops found the ceramic plate that they were prepared. The plate was completely intact. Yeah. So Swan was arrested for domestic battery, misdemeanor, freed from the county jail. Oh. Wow. She's got to stay away from the victim.
Stay away from Doritos.
Well, must stay away from the snack chip aisle of all public stores as well. Unbelievable. You know what we didn't get to yesterday? I think, let's see, today's Friday. Yesterday, it was either Wednesday or Thursday.
What's that?
The lady that was attacked by the alligator. Are you familiar with the story?
You know what? I saw the headline, and I don't think I clicked it. Was in Polk County or something?
Yeah. Actually, Lake Kissimmee.
Okay.
So is that Osceola? Yeah.
Polk County?
Is it Polk County?
It was Lake Kissimmee in Polk County.
Okay, all right. So an alligator killed a Florida woman, tipped over the canoe. They apparently, this is a large canoe. They were in like a 14-foot canoe, and they paddled over the top of the alligator, and the alligator flipped the canoe. I guess the alligator was startled, responding to the stimulus of the canoe on top, and the alligator flipped the canoe. Talk about wrong place, wrong time. Yeah, so alligator killed this woman, tipped over the canoe. Husband tried to save her. I mean, I can't even imagine this. It happened Tuesday afternoon near the mouth of Tiger Creek, which goes into Lake Kissimmee, according to the FWC. And the water was like only 2.5 feet deep as well. Yeah, the alligator got startled, apparently, when they rode their canoe on top, flipped over the canoe. Both were sent into the water. And, wow, what a terrible story. So they actually went out and they found an 11-foot alligator, and I think they found another 10-footer, and I think they eliminated those 2 alligators.
So she landed on top of the gator.
Yeah, it's just terrible.
Oh no.
I mean, what an awful way to go. You just got to be careful, man. And I don't think you expect to go canoeing and then lose your life to an alligator. But hey, it's Florida, and we've got plenty of alligators here. 7:20 at the MJ Morning Show. When we get back, we start over an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. There is a lot coming up, including what happened to Michelle and Julian on final approach to Tampa International Airport yesterday. Yeah, I think, Michelle, that was a lot closer than I'm comfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got the audio, and I even sent the screen data of where your flight was.
Mm-hmm.
And how low and where you were on the runway when your pilot had to take evasive action coming in from LaGuardia yesterday. And a friend of mine said, "Holy S," when I sent him the audio, and then I sent him a screenshot from Flight Radar 24. And he's like, "Oh, wow." So this is a pretty interesting story, and maybe if some pilots are listening, they'll weigh in on this. All right, we're loaded. 1 hour, 20 minutes plus. I can't even tell you all the great crap that's coming up next, but it is here on the MJ Morning Show. Westfall. 7:28. It is the MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM. 1 hour, 20 minutes of nonstop MJ starts right now. All right. First of all, can I saw this before I forget this, and I saw this popped up as like an am I the bleep hole? You know, the Reddit thread fester, which we've gotten tons of material from that. You know, where people ask the question, "Hey, am I the problem here? Am I the bleep hole?" Is what it's called, and it's a Reddit thread. And yeah, you know, I saw this. A mother who has a kid on a baseball team wants to know if they're the problem because she refuses to bring the snacks for the kids when it's her time for snack time.
Yes.
Oh, then yeah, you're the problem.
Yeah.
I mean your kid eats the other snacks, right?
Michelle, when we had Chloe and Julian active, Julian was active with Little League for years, played baseball. Chloe, obviously, the soccer trajectory from, playing at 3 years old at the Y on Himes in South Tampa all the way to being recruited by multiple Division I schools to play soccer.
Yep.
Which she did. Chloe was a recruit, got a partial ride as a D1 women's soccer player. I mean, you always were in that mix of either the baseball team or the soccer team, of having like snack patrol.
Yeah, that's what you do. That's part of being like a member of that group. You sign up to be, you sign your child up and they tell you up front what your responsibilities are going to be, like, to get the kid there, the uniform, maybe working the concession stand. Sometimes you have to do that.
Parents
but
volunteering and helping. Yeah.
And then also, by the way, once, two, maybe three times, depending on the schedule, right? You'll be responsible for bringing some snacks or some beverages, especially in Florida where it gets hot, right? Like you always want to have a mom who has, cold beverages because, they need to stay hydrated.
What kind of mother refuses to bring the snacks when it's their turn? The parents take turns in providing the snacks for a lot of these sports, teams.
Well, so hold on. Is the mother in a situation?
Are you looking for a way to bail the mother out?
I'm asking a question.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Is the mother in a situation where she is financially strapped, where she can't afford these?
There is nothing to suggest that.
Listen,
no, she just doesn't want to bring the snacks.
I mean, if she's
and then she's upset because she's been shunned by the other parents. Well, yeah, if you're gonna flip everyone off and say no, when it's my turn to bring the snacks, I'm not bringing any snacks. Of course you're gonna get shunned by the other parents. And guess what? They're gonna be talking behind your back about what a bitch you are.
If you're just doing it out of spite, like I don't want to do it, putting your foot down, okay, on you. You're a snack
spiting bitch, is what it. Seriously,
or an asshole.
All right, listen, you're getting way too comfortable.
I dumped that. All right, stop that.
You're getting way too comfortable.
You drop that. You drop that, Michelle. Folks, I just had to dump Michelle. That might be Michelle's first dumping.
Okay.
All right. I just dumped Michelle. What she said will live on the podcast. It will live on MJTV. But I just dumped Michelle off of the federally regulated broadcast frequency of 104.7 FM WRBQ Tampa Bay.
I don't think we can sell 3 times in a week as a fleeting mention.
Michelle,
the question is, am I the...
Don't
I'm
say
saying,
it again.
You are.
Yes, she is.
And Mom gets shunned because of this.
And you know what else is going to happen?
Well, good.
Her kid is going to be shunned, and that is the sad truth, right?
You're right. Mom's behavior is going to affect the kid.
Unfortunately.
I mean, bring the freaking snacks. All right, about 7:55 or so, 7:50 or 7:55, we're going to get into what happened to Michelle and Julian on final approach at Tampa International Airport yesterday. You know, I did make a call. And I did get a response from the media contact at the airport, and I think it might be downplayed a little bit. I showed a pilot friend of mine all of the data, a commercial pilot that flies for a major airline, regularly flies into Tampa International. I'm just saying, with what I've seen, Michelle and Chloe's plane was
Michelle and Julian.
Oh, what I say?
Michelle and Chloe.
I'm sorry, Julian. Thank you. Sorry. From what I saw, the flight data, the audio. I pulled audio from live ATC. I've got the audio. What happened to Julian and Michelle's plane landing at Tampa International at originally 13:46? So 1:46 in the afternoon was when you guys were getting ready to touch down. And you guys didn't land again until 15:01. You didn't land until 3:01 p.m. because you guys had to do a go around. So hold on a minute. I'm gonna give you the full details on what happened. I've got the audio. This I'm telling you right now, from what I saw, this is a little too close for my comfort, and really for Michelle and Julian's comfort as they were flying back from LaGuardia. So that's coming up at about 7:50 or 7:55. So within about 17 or 20 minutes. So hold on. You want to hang out for this. Trust me. All right. Would you like to hear things that turn men off instantly? If you're a woman, and Michelle, I really want you to weigh in on this. Tell me if these give you any, creepy crawlies. So according to a dating expert by the name of Luann Ward, Luann, is that the peanut oil brand I use to fry the turkey?
I think it is.
Is it Luann? I think I used, seriously, I think I used Luann. Hey, Luann, I use your peanut oil when I fry the turkey for Thanksgiving. Luann. Man, I'll tell you what, peanut oil, you know that 3-gallon thing, it's like $58. Like, holy crap.
Yeah, it's not
we complain, seriously, we complain about $3 for a gallon of gasoline. Holy crap. I had to buy a gallon of stain. It was like $105 for a gallon of stain. It's like, holy crap. We complain about $3 a gallon? I got a gallon of freaking paint for $105.
Yo, you'd be better off covering it in peanut oil.
What is it called?
Luana.
Oh, Luana. Right.
Luann was the niece on King of the Hill.
What? No, that was Lurleen.
No.
No.
It was Luann.
Was it Luann?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, she had a trailer parky kind of aura to her, didn't she?
She had a lot of things to
All
her.
right, so
for an animated character.
All right, so Luann Ward is a dating and relationship expert. Hey, Michelle, you're the woman in the room. I would like to know if these things are turnoffs. These are things that men do that instantly turn off a woman and will kill any chance of love. Love, like the love boat. Tell me what you think. Number 1, cute baby talk.
Ew.
right, so you agree, right?
Oh yeah.
So cute, oh, hey, Michelle.
Stop.
She's Michelle.
That's already making me
Michelle.
uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at you. I was just gonna say, Michelle is getting uncomfortable. Oh, cutesy,
No.
wootsy Michelle. Oh, it's so.
You know, we never even did that with our kids.
No.
So you know,
and that's a good point. Is we never did baby talk with our kids, and guess what? Our kids never did.
baby talk.
Our kids never had that baby talk sound. And you know what drives me nuts? You come across like 6, 7, 8, 9-year-olds. Sometimes they still have baby talk going on. I'm like, knock it off with the freaking baby talk. That drives me nuts.
Yeah.
When you've got a kid, also, when you see like a mom breastfeeding a 10-year-old.
I knew he was going to say this. Faster.
At the Sizzler, you know? No, seriously.
Yeah.
Baby talk drives me nuts. And Michelle and I don't know whether it's my broadcast acumen or I don't my communicative skill. I don't know. But you never did it, Michelle. We never did the, oh, are you hungry?
Nope.
We never did baby talk with our kids. And our kids, whether they were 1, 2, 4, 5, they never did baby talk. Our kids never had that sound.
You know, we did it to them as a joke, like almost to make them more mature in some instances when we were annoyed with their behavior.
You would mock them?
Yeah.
They'll do something wrong. Oh, what are you, a little baby? Little stupid baby? You can't do this, baby.
Yeah. If they didn't do something, you like how my dad would like spank me. He's like, you're gonna behave like a child. I'm gonna treat you like a child.
But,
So we would, like, if they didn't clean up after themselves, probably be like, oh, what are you going back to, whatever. But very limitedly. I was
just going to say,
Yeah.
I was going to listen, I don't think we really even did
we
that.
made it a negative.
But we didn't even do that much.
No.
All right,
Not in front of you, it sounds like, but it sounds like Michelle traumatized these children
All the time.
all the time.
Daily.
All right, guys, if you want to get the door shut on you for any chances at love or advancing, this relationship expert says, guys, do not even remotely engage in cutie baby talk.
Next.
During the and this is all like during the courting process. This is like as you're dating or you're trying to get to know somebody, you're trying to make the moves, you're trying to at least, spark up a potential relationship. Do not do cutesy wootsy baby talk. That is a total deal breaker for a lot of women. All right, next. Picking your teeth during a meal.
Okay, that's just a no-brainer going both ways, people.
What are you talking about?
Do I really need somebody to tell me that that's going to turn me off?
Then why do restaurants have toothpicks?
That's what I often wonder. When I see them there, I'm like, what are you doing? You're inviting the worst, gross behavior in your establishment.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want somebody in my restaurant pulling out chunks of food from their teeth while they're sitting at the table.
Just smiling.
That's just so appealing for the guests surrounding them. I do not pick stuff out of your teeth. She might be trying to have a conversation. She might be trying to get to know you. And here, you're picking stuff out of your teeth and then you're picking it. Then you look at it to see, what I get. Don't do that. I do not. She says, hey, bad breath is also another turnoff. But picking food out of your teeth is repulsive. I love the word repulsive.
That's a good word.
Repulsive is a great. Folks, try to work repulsive into your vocabulary today. The working word of the day is repulsive. All right, see if you can make that happen. All right, next. Do not post pouty selfies or AI-generated profile pics. She says that is a fatal mistake. I know that a lot of women do the pouty lips and the duck lips and the, a certain a come hither look to some of their selfies. But
I don't know if a man can pull that off.
But she says the guys do. She's seen it. So guys, if you post a pouty selfie or you got some goofball AI-generated profile pic, that could, totally.
I think I'd like to see Fester's pouty look.
Mess you up.
My lips are so fat that it's really the same as my normal look. Watch this. Here's regular. And here's pouty. See, it's like identical. It's like identical. It's identical. You can't tell. It's just really, really chubby lips.
All right. The final one here is guys that can't control their temper or anger when engaging with like technology. So if you're having trouble with your phone or computer,
You throw your phone across the
do not.
restaurant?
Son of a! My phone is locked. Yeah, I guess that's an indication that if you're having an argument with an inanimate object, what's going to happen down the road when they've got somebody else to potentially yell at? Yeah, don't shout at the TV. Don't shout at the remote. Don't throw your phone. Don't yell at your phone. That is seen as a giant red flag as well to women.
You do talk to those inanimate objects in our home.
What the hell? No, I don't. What the hell do I talk to in our home?
If the TV malfunctions or the remote control, you're like, oh, come on, man. And then you go off like, trying to figure out what's wrong with it.
But I'm not talking to the remote. I'm not like trying to have a conversation with the TV.
Are you?
Hey, Mr. Sony, you're really messing up my TV. I don't have a conversation like that.
You do?
Listen, if I have an issue and let's say the DVR is acting funky or something, or I might say, oh, man, I might, but I'm not talking to the actual object.
And you've never thrown anything like that. I will say that.
No, I'm not a throw. Did you see Jennifer Aniston's stalker in jail yesterday?
Oh, my gosh.
Holy crap. It was at his court appearance.
Yeah.
But I think he was in jail via video. So they had him locked up. This is Jennifer Aniston's stalker, who apparently is professing to be in love with or married to Jennifer Aniston. I mean, this guy's a kook. If you go back, he's had all kinds of social media.
Yeah, calling him his wife.
Yeah, he's had all kinds of social media postings since like last summer.
Wow.
Where I'm hoping that Jennifer Aniston's security team, I'm hoping that they were aware of this guy, because this guy was like, she's my wife. Have you seen her? And, adding her name to his last name.
Oh, look, he's not in a video screen. He's like in a fish tank.
Oh, you know what? He's in this is out in California.
Yeah.
He's like in a fish tank along the side of the courtroom, and the judge can look at him through the glass.
Hold on. This might be in the jail, though. This might be like a first appearance court in the lockup.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Some places do that. Some places have a judge and a court for first hearing inside the facility.
I've never seen this before.
Other places will have first appearances via video, or sometimes they are in person.
Is he naked in the court?
Yeah, well, that's why I'm trying to say this dude is naked and he's just holding like a sheet around him, like a jail toga. He's got like a blue blanket or sheet. I mean, and this guy, if you can imagine what some crazy dude who thinks that Jennifer Aniston is his wife, and he crashes his vehicle at high speed through the gate of her home. If you can imagine what this guy would look like, you're correct. And he's holding this like blankety, towely.
It almost looked like a moving blanket, but you could see how I think it should be fitted to go over his body. It's like
it's like a jail-issued blanket.
Like a jail-issued hospital gown that's got like zip Velcro or something. But he's not wearing it properly.
His nipples are sticking out from the top of it. Oh, my God.
This might be the first time I've ever seen nipples in a courtroom.
Jimmy Wayne Carwile, 48, appeared shirtless, wrapped in a blanket behind glass in a custody area of this courtroom. Guy's from Mississippi. He did not enter a plea, didn't speak at all. This guy might have mental problems. I'm just throwing that out there. Holy crap. All right, the big, huge, massive news from yesterday, the breaking news, unbelievable news, the news that shocked the world. MJ News Alert. Breaking news. The Pope. Man, my hopes were dashed. Pope a pizza baller, not meant to be. I mean, I don't know how you don't pick a guy whose name is Pizza Baller or Balla, whatever. Pizzaballa. We do have a new Pope, though. The shocker, the amazing breaking news. I never, ever thought in a million years I would see this in my lifetime. I never, ever thought that we would have an American Pope, and we have a born in America Pope.
Wow.
Listen, when this guy speaks, he sounds like an American dude, but he also speaks fluent Spanish. He speaks fluent Italian. And he did spend a couple of decades in South America.
He did a lot of missionary work in Peru.
Yeah. So Pope Leo, you know who's excited? St. Leo College in San Antonio.
Yeah, I guess they would be.
Oh, yeah, they are. They are excited.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah,
St. Leo.
St. Leo is, yeah. So now we've got Pope Leo the 14th. Sounds like a cinema. You know, it's like, hey, where you go to see the new Mission Impossible? Oh, the Pope Leo 14.
You gotta leave the Pope off.
Yeah,
The Leo 14.
the Leo 14. It sounds like a Cineplex. No, but seriously, the new Pope is American. I mean, that's unbelievable. Listen, I'm not Catholic, but it's exciting. I've been to the Vatican 4 times. I've been to the Sistine Chapel 4 times. I mean, I've been to St. Peter's Basilica. I've been to St. Peter's Square. I mean, it's really fascinating, and I love going to visit. It's for me, one of the most exciting places. It's special. It's magical, and I can just imagine, the people, tens of thousands of people just staring at that smokestack, staring at sort of like the Jesus pipe. Remember,
it really was.
Remember back in the day on the MJ and BJ morning show, the Jesus pipe?
Yes.
Folks, if you were not aware of this, we stumbled across a guy that had a ventilation pipe, a metal like a what do you call that?
Exhaust pipe?
Yeah.
On top of his house in Spring Hill.
Yeah, it was from Spring Hill, and the image of Jesus appeared on the pipe out of rust. And it was no mistaking what it was. And it became known as the Jesus pipe. And we brought it around town. We had a Jesus pipe tour years ago on the MJ and BJ show. Anyway, remarkable that we have an American Pope. This is incredible also. The Pope's brother, he's got 2 brothers. One lives in Chicago. The Pope is from Chicago.
Yeah, his born.
And you know what the debate right away? Oh, American Pope from Chicago. Is his favorite pizza, Chicago deep dish? Well, apparently he has said, he's been asked this question, and the new Pope says that he prefers Roman-style pizza.
Good answer, Pope.
So I don't know if it's like the I don't know whether he likes the pizza by the gram. I don't know, Roman-style pizza. I don't. But he doesn't like Chicago pizza. Apparently he's not a Chicago deep dish fan for whatever reason. But his brother's from Chicago. That's one of the brothers. This is insane. I mean, this is just tough to grasp. The Pope's other brother lives in Port Charlotte. The Pope's brother is in Port Charlotte. I mean, wrap your head around that. Because, when you think of the Pope, you just don't think of them having like
a brother in Port Charlotte.
A normal family. I mean, you just think of the Pope. They're just such it's so elevated.
I think Pope John Paul's brother lived in Warsaw. This is so different.
The Pope's brother is right off I-75 in Port Charlotte.
It's right there, right off the exit.
All right, so I've got some audio. You got to hear some of these audio bites. So this is Lou. The Pope's brother's name is Lou.
I mean, is he retired? I mean, he has to be retired, right? He's an old man, right?
Lou Prevost lives in Port Charlotte, and this is what he said when he heard that his brother was elected, voted Pope by all the cardinals in the conclave.
He was elected. I got up immediately, got dressed, dancing around like an idiot. Just because it's like incredible.
Now, he knew his brother was in there, right? Obviously, he knew his brother's a cardinal.
He knows he's in the conclave, absolutely. Yeah.
And he knew he was in the running. That's so exciting, though.
The other brother said he had a 1 in 3 chance. I said, well, they knew better than the rest of us because everybody out here was going, not a chance, American. But they said 1 in 3.
Wow. Unbelievable. The other brother from Chicago, John Prevost.
Some people play school or some people play army.
So he's talking about when they were kids. He's saying, some kids would play Army Man. And guess what the new Pope used to play when he was a kid.
Well, you used to play a mass.
He used to play Pope.
He used to play Pope.
Yeah, he used to, seriously, he used to play like priest. Listen to this.
Some people play school or some people play army. He played priest, and we had to go to mass. The ironing board was the altar.
So that's some of your childhood memories.
That's absolutely correct. So you knew right then and there, this is not a joke.
That's what he wanted.
That's right. A woman down the street said he would be the first American Pope. In first grade, they said that.
First grade.
Uh-huh. He knew at that age he was going to be a priest.
Holy moly. He used to use an ironing board as the altar from Mom's laundry room.
This kid had a higher calling, man.
Yeah, that's from...
It's amazing.
That's from ABC News, by the way. That's unbelievable. All right, here's... Back to Lou. Let's go back to Brother Lou down in Port Charlotte.
We used to, tease him. You're going to be the Pope one day. Ha ha. Is that, it just had it about him.
Tell you what, Brother Lou is like regular guy, man.
So, the brother sounds awesome. So this Pope is 69 years old.
Yeah, so sort of on the young side. He could be Pope for 20 years.
He could be, yeah.
Because he looks like he's in really good shape.
So aside from the pizza,
Yeah.
do you know the other burning Pope question?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Cubs or White Sox? Is that what you're asking?
And immediately the first reports were false.
Yeah. No, he's a White Sox fan. So some of the early reports says that he was a Cubbies fan. No. Hey, kind of like the Wrigley Field bit. Nope. He's a White Sox fan.
White Sox fan.
Yep.
Go Sox.
Yeah.
That's Boston. But still, the White Sox. Wow.
All right, listen to this guy. This is Jim Priestley, of all the names. One of his school friends is Jim Priestley. This guy, Jim, went to high school and college. Went to, apparently, Villanova.
Yeah, he went to Villanova. The Pope graduated from Villanova.
Villanova's got to be thrilled, huh? All right, so here's Jim Priestley, classmate of the now Pope.
Bob is the one guy that...
Bob the Pope.
He's
Pope Bob.
Seriously, he's Pope Bob. We'll talk to Bob in the confessional. We'll talk to Bob. So the Pope is known as Bob. It's Pope Bob.
Bob is the one guy that if you were going to pick a person in your class who was going to become the Pope, Bob would be the person.
Wow. And then would you like, one other bite from Lou. I love Lou. Brother Lou in Port Charlotte. I want to take him down to like some buffet down there. I want to say, hey, Pope's brother. Hey, Fester, Michelle, and I, we want to come on down. Hey, they can hear us down in Port Charlotte.
We'll take him to any restaurant he wants in Port Charlotte.
I want to meet Lou. I want to meet Lou, the Pope's brother in Port Charlotte. That's what I want to do. All right, one more bite from him.
It's Rob. Oh, my God. And I was up, dressed, out, just going nuts. And we used to tease him about being Pope when he was 6 years old and stuff. And then when he became cardinal, the rumors floating around in Rome at the time was he's like got a 1 in 3 chance of becoming Pope.
Wow.
That's amazing.
And he is Pope Leo the 14th. Amazing.
Listen, and you said it a little bit earlier, things you just don't think you're ever going to see.
Video surfaced of him just in the stands cheering at a White Sox game in 2005.
That's great.
There's just video of him. You want to hear what he sounds like? So,
I heard his Italian yesterday, and I heard his Spanish yesterday.
But here's his English. So when you hear like a Pope, you just think of like a foreign language and an accent. And this is what the Pope sounds like in English. This is his voice.
The bishop is not supposed to be a little prince sitting in his kingdom, but rather called authentically to be humble, to be close to the people he serves.
Is it? That's what he sounds like. Pope Bob. We'll talk to Bob. All right, 7:55 at the MJ Morning Show. Michelle, you knew something was not right when you guys were landing at Tampa International Airport yesterday. Michelle and Julian coming back from New York. Julian just concluded his sophomore year. Congratulations, Julian. Julian will be a junior. Where the hell is the time going? Junior. Julian is going to be a junior at NYU Tisch Film School come August when he goes back up to school. You guys are first of all, you're exhausted, right?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, the first thing I said to you this morning when I saw you, I was like, "What the hell are you doing here?"
And I'm sore.
All right, let's talk about what you did. You had to help Julian move out of his dorm.
Right. So what happens, when you're in college is
on the 22nd floor or whatever it was?
the 17th floor.
Whatever.
And they say you have whatever day your last day of class or your exam, you have 24 hours after that time to get out of there.
That kind of sucks.
Oh, tell me about it.
That's not a lot of time.
It's really not a lot of time because, then you got to consider that the student was supposed to have been sort of preparing all the while they're also preparing for their final exams or whatever, like, packing and moving and studying. So I'm not really a fan of the system, but I understand
How many hours do you have in moving him, getting all that stuff down 17 floors, into the rental van, into the storage facility across on the west side of Manhattan? How many hours did you spend total on this? And this is a dorm room. We're not talking about a freaking Sam's Club warehouse. How much crap does our kid have?
Okay. So all in all, I probably have about 24 hours in. But he has a lot. He has acquired a lot since he's been there. He is, like we discussed last week, a New York City stooper. He loves to pick up stuff, but also he's acquired props, right, for his movie stuff and for other people to use. So he's like one full bin that is heavy as I can't even tell you, but it has this, and you'll know what it is, some kind of black fabric that is special for like filming or something.
Right.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
He could have purchased like just the size that he needed and it would have been exorbitant because it would have already been like all pre-cut.
Yeah.
So, but for less,
He bought
he
the
got
whole
like,
roll?
he got bolts and bolts of
Oh,
it.
my God. Are you serious?
Yes.
All right,
Because
anyway.
he ordered it like direct. So that's the kind of stuff he has, but he doesn't want to get rid of it because his other people will need that.
But he already had a little storage place.
Yes.
But he had so much crap,
Yes.
so much junk
Yes.
that he had to rent, or you had to rent with him another storage unit?
We had to rent 2 more storage units.
Oh, you didn't tell me this.
Yeah.
Are you freaking? He's got 3 storage units in Manhattan right now?
Yes.
It's essentially
You didn't tell me. You said you had to rent a second one. Now you had to
Right.
rent a third one?
Yes.
How big are these things?
They're closet sized. They're a closet.
How
They're
much-
essentially like an extra closet. If you live in New York City, it's an extra closet for you. So
How
you can-
much am I paying a month? And would it be cheaper just to have
No.
one larger one?
No, because we asked at the front desk, and the guy was like,
Oh, my-
"That one's going to be like $300 a month,
What?
and the deals that you have on these 3 are like less. And also, we're going to obviously get rid of 2 after the end of the summer.
Holy
So
frig. All right.
it's insane.
All right, so
right,
Michelle is beaten down.
Yes.
Michelle, every muscle and bone in her body hurts.
Yes.
What do you say? Did 23,000 steps yesterday or something?
Something like that. It was
All right,
insane.
up and down,
Oh,
right?
just not. Well, listen. Luckily, they've had an elevator, but still.
No, it's up and down and walk. And so the problem is you have to put it all in this rolling bin and roll it halfway
Okay,
down the
all right.
block to the van.
All right, so here's the deal. I'm a little uncomfortable with this, and
Yeah.
in fact, I want to bring on my pilot buddy. He flies for a major airline. I call him Captain X. All right. Something happened when Michelle and Julian were landing at Tampa International Airport yesterday.
What, you hit a bunch of geese or
Well,
something?
hang on. I want to get Captain X on. Hold on. All right, I'm dialing him up. I don't identify. He flies he's a captain for a major U.S. airline. And I call him Captain X. Captain X, welcome back to the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, good morning, Todd. How you doing?
Doing well. All right, I just saw the text from you. You just landed. Can you say where you just landed?
Yeah, Houston.
All right, so Captain X just landed a plane, just took a flight from Houston. All right, let me tell the story. I haven't told the story yet on the air. And, listen, go-arounds and what happened, those are fairly common. I mean, a go-around is just a norm. But from what I saw, and I need you to tell me, and I sent you an image of the screenshot of the Flight Radar 24 position of the airplane and the altitude. And then I've got and did you listen to the audio from ATC that I sent?
Yeah, I did.
All right, so let me play this now and tell the audience the story, and then I want to get your feedback. All right, so Michelle and Julian they're on American Airlines. They're on American 2107, LaGuardia to Tampa International, a landing on 19 right. So if you're coming over Hillsborough Avenue, you got the bowling alley to your left. It's the runway closest to the Veterans Expressway. And they're on final approach. And according to the data, and I have the screenshot from the app from Flight Radar 24, they are 150 feet off the ground, right over the grass, about to come onto the concrete when the guy full throttles up and veers the plane quickly to the right. And Michelle, tell me, what did it feel like? What did you feel yesterday when your plane suddenly shot up back in the air and veered hard to the right?
All right, hold on.
Yeah,
Listen,
what?
I know this is very dramatic,
What,
and you're
Fess?
very passionate
Yes,
about
yes.
this. We got to do the cash kitty.
Oh, okay. Oh, hang on a minute.
I know
You're
you're
right.
very passionate about planes
All
and this
hang on.
traumatic thing that happened yesterday.
All right, quickly.
But hey, we got the cat.
All right, quickly. All right. Today's the last day of
Last
Cash
day.
Kitty. Yeah. On Monday, we start giving away $40,000 cash on the MJ Morning Show only. I'll give you those details in a second. All right. This hour's word is share. That's share. This hour's word is share. Text the word share right now, nationwide, to 45911 before 825 for a shot at $1,000 cash. Or you can enter it on the Q105 app or at myq105.com. Share. Text it to 45911. All right. So, Michelle, you know you're landing. You look out the window. You can see you're about to land at Tampa International.
Yeah.
What happens?
You feel like you're on a roller coaster. The plane just kind of whipped. I don't want to say straight up, but at an angle.
Yeah, it pulls up quickly. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you feel the thrust of the plane like you're accelerating, going up, and you know from flying a lot of times that that's not the normal thing you should be feeling. And I'm looking out the window because I had an unusual experience. I have a window seat this time, and I'm like, okay, so we're doing a go around, and Julian and I look at each other, and we're like, you just know that you have this recognition that something's happening on the runway that shouldn't be happening.
But then Julian says to you, Mom,
Right.
Julian says, I think we almost hit another American Airlines flight.
Right. He said we had to do a go around because there was a plane on the runway and we were way too close to it.
All right, let me play the audio. And again, I have the actual playback video from Flight Radar 24. It's an app that anyone can get. And also you have the ADSB exchange. You can look at the data there as well. And I have the data. This aircraft, your flight, it was a 737-800 on American Airlines 2107 from LaGuardia. You guys were 150 feet off the ground. You were over Hillsborough Avenue on that over the grassy area, just getting to the concrete of the runway, and suddenly throttle up and a veer quickly to the right. And it turns out that there was another American Airlines flight, 2524, and that was from Tampa flying up to Reagan National on the runway. And apparently he was supposed to be gone, and he was slow rolling it. And let me play the audio of what happened. And then, Captain X, I want to get your thoughts on this. All right, here's the first audio bite. Listen, this is from Live ATC. I just went to the website, and I pulled I found exactly what happened when you were landing.
American 2524, runway 19 right, clear for takeoff.
Let's take 19 right, American 2524.
All right, so that's the tower telling 2524, the flight from Tampa to D.C., you're cleared for takeoff. But the guy's not going. He's just sitting there. Right?
2107, traffic company departing, runway 19 right, clear to land.
19 right, clear to land, American 2107.
All right, so let me interpret that for you right there. So the controller says...
2107, traffic company departing, runway 19 right, clear to land.
All right, so that's the tower telling Michelle and Julian's plane, 2107, you're cleared to land, and he's saying that there's departing traffic, and he says company. And they refer to, if it's your same airline, they'll call it the company plane, and that's the American Airlines flight that's sitting on the runway. He's supposed to be rolling and taking off, allowing Michelle and Julian's plane to land, but he's just sitting there as they're barreling in at 85 knots, getting ready to land. So listen to this.
Roll.
All right, so that's the captain of Michelle's flight.
Saying
He's on the radio saying go. What do you say? The captain's name was Captain.
Oh, our captain was Captain Carlos.
Captain Carlos he keys the mic, and he's on the air traffic control frequency telling the American Airlines flight in front of him, Go! Get the hell out of the way! Go! Dude, I'm on final here. Go! All right, then here's the next soundbite.
2524, no delay, please. Come on, man.
All right, so that's the tower. Air traffic control is like apparently saying, "Come on, man." So even the tower is like apparently talking to the American Airlines flight in front of Michelle and Julian. Come on, man.
2524, no delay, please. Come on, man. 2107, cancel your approach.
Then he says 2107, cancel your approach. I mean, 150 feet off the ground, right over, passing over Hillsborough on the grass, getting ready to touch down. And then at that point, it says cancel your approach. Listen, here's the whole audio bite.
2524, no delay, please. Come on, man. 2107, cancel your approach. Climb and maintain 1,600 if you can. Sidestep to your right, 20 degrees.
Go around 1,600 to the right turn, right, that's what I want to say.
American 2107, turn right, heading 240. Climb and maintain 5,000.
240, 5,000, American 2107.
All right, so now that's the audio that I pulled from Live ATC of exactly what happened. Captain X, hearing that audio and then knowing where they were, and you could see on the actual frame freeze that I sent you of where that plane was. I mean, that seems like it's a little too close for me.
Yeah, several things. First of all, usually aircraft on about a 5-mile final is about as close as they will clear you to take off. Apparently that guy may have been a little closer. Usually the tower guy will say, "Hey, American, can you take an immediate takeoff?" And they'll say, "Yeah, we're ready to go." And that lets the American guy know, "Hey, you got to, have your engines spooled up and essentially just take the takeoff."
Yeah, step on it. Let's go. Get out of there quickly.
Right. For whatever reason, it's hard to say. There are a few things you have to set up before you take off. You have to arm the auto throttles and make sure that your navigation is set up. But that doesn't take much time. I don't know. That's happened to me several times. They'll clear a guy to go, and they'll just sit there for whatever reason. It's hard to say. It's hard to say what the circumstances were. I don't know what the distance was, like I say, between Michelle's aircraft and what this guy was on final. I got a feeling that he was a little closer than 5 miles.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, it was right there.
Yeah,
I mean,
right?
150 feet off the ground is right over Hillsborough Avenue, and you're hitting the grass, and then you got maybe, 100 yards of grass, and then you've got the concrete runway, and that's where the American flight was sitting, getting ready to take off. I mean, I would think that they were, maybe 500 feet. I mean,
I was thinking about as far as mileage goes between the arriving aircraft and the departing aircraft. But I have a feeling it was a lot closer than 3 miles when they did the initial, cleared to land. But if I was the controller should have said, "Hey,
right.
Got a guy short final, cleared for immediate takeoff." That adds a sense of urgency to, hey, either go or just don't even go into position. But as far as the go around goes, it's extremely routine. As a matter of fact, when you're landing, every time I take off, I've got the rejected takeoff thing in my head. I always assume that the takeoff is going to be rejected. That way, it's never a surprise. Same thing with a landing, especially when it's tight like that. And you just got to be prepared for a go around. It's extremely normal maneuver. It's not an emergency maneuver. It's just we practice them all the time. It's extremely simple to do. However, in that case, that's a little low. Of course, Southwest had one, up in Midway not too long ago, where a guy pulled out on the runway, and the guy was just, literally like 5 feet above the runway and did a go around. So, but the sidestep is probably what adds a little bit of excitement to it, because normally you'll just do a straight out, but when they say sidestep, then you're turning an airplane.
He had to throttle and turn, because if he didn't, he was going to hit the American Airlines flight on the ground in front of him.
Right, and it's turning an airplane at 150 feet off the ground, banking 15, 20 degrees, that'll get your attention real quick.
It did.
Especially if you're sitting in the back not knowing what's going on.
Well, Captain X, always great to have you on, buddy. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, see you.
All right, thanks. Yeah, listen, he texted me holy bleep, which that was too close for my liking, Michelle.
Well, I knew it was very close because the way you're landing, you're coming in, I was expecting to hit the runway. And instead of hitting the runway almost at the moment that I thought I was going to be hitting the runway, we just, boom, took off again. Right. So, and I'm like, what, is there a turtle on the runway or what? You don't know, because we hear the stories about there's wildlife on the runway. Sometimes they have to try to, clean it up or whatever. You don't know. But given what's happened recently, I looked at Julian and immediately we were like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. Could anything else, just happen today? And then the hard bank to the right, you're like, okay, something else is happening here.
Yeah,
and the captain was so calm. I just got to say, we did that. And then he just said, all right, so we're just going to do a go around here and enjoy the scenic tour of Tampa as we approach again. Blah, blah.
Yeah.
And nobody on the plane really had any, real sense of the urgency that.
I'm telling you right now that go-rounds can be very routine.
Yeah.
This was closer, and this was a little above a normal go-around. I wouldn't call this an incursion.
No.
But you were close to this aircraft when you guys hard banked away. You were like over the runway as you were throttling up and veering quickly to the right to not hit this American flight.
Who's the plane spotter guy that we know?
I texted him. He was only that's Markovich.
What's his face?
He texted me.
He didn't get it yesterday.
Steve Markovich. I sent him a text. Hey, any chance you got the American Airlines go around at around 13:45 hours yesterday? And he said, hi, MJ. Sadly, no, I filmed from 7 to 10 yesterday. So he was not at the airport.
But he's slacking.
Man, I wish he was there, because then we could have maybe gotten some video of this thing. Yeah.
But just a shout out again to that Captain Carlos. Really put your, reinstilled my faith in, what's happening. And you want somebody like him in the cockpit who's recognizing it. And also, just like I said, sounding cool as a cucumber, not an issue. Just doing a go around. We're going to get you landed in another 10 minutes, folks.
Listening to the ATC audio and listening to the your pilot say, go.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard a pilot just be that. Yeah, and he's not amped up, but you can tell there's something in his voice. It's like this frustration with his other pilots, fairly incompetent.
And what about the come on, man? The tower's saying, come on.
2524, no delay, please. Come on, man.
In the grown-ass man adult world, in that world, which not everybody knows
like
about.
Pushing tin?
But just men with men. A look to the face with a,
come on, man.
Come on, man.
Right.
It's, what are you doing to me?
Yeah.
You working with me or against me?
Michelle, I'm glad you didn't collide with American 2524 in front of you.
Is that because the weekend's coming up?
Yeah, that would have spoiled a pretty good safety record at Tampa International Airport.
Yeah, it would have spoiled
with my wife and kid on board.
It would have spoiled a lot more than that.
All right, 8:14 at the MJ Morning Show.
Yeah, we would have come on this morning, Michelle, talking about the safety record of the airport. Oh, I have devastating news. This is the hardest day of my life. The airport safety record's out the window.
Shut up.
Thank you, Fester.
8:14 at the MJ Morning Show.
Michelle's not joining us today because of the safety record at the airport.
All right, Fester, shut up.
Listen to the pilot. Come on, man.
All right, listen.
Come on, man.
The Cash Kitty ends today. So the Cash Kitty, we just gave out the word at 8 o'clock, 8:02 actually. We've got the Cash Kitty again at 10 a.m., 12 noon, 3 p.m., and 5 p.m. So that's the end of the Cash Kitty today. Weeks and weeks and weeks of, $1,000 5 times a day. That's the national contest, and people win. We've had a ton of Tampa Bay winners, ton of Q105 listeners with our company contest. On Monday, we start, I love it, the ATMJ. Thanks to the Kemp Law Group. Accident or fall, you call Kemp Law. We are giving away $1,000 every single hour for 2 solid weeks during the MJ Morning Show beginning on Monday. So Monday morning at 6 a.m., sometime in the 6 o'clock hour, I'm just going to say, hey, be caller whatever to win $1,000 right now. That starts the contest. That's the beginning of the ATMJ. Spitting out the cash. $1,000 here, $1,000 there. So we just give away the money in the 6 o'clock hour on Monday morning.
Yes.
You then must listen because you need to know the first name of the winner. Then subsequently, you need to know the first name of the previous winner. So 6 o'clock, let's say Jerry wins. And that could be a male Jerry, Jerry, or it could be a female Jerry, Jeri,
Yeah,
or a
we're not-
Gerr. You know, hey, it could
We're
be,
not asking spelling. We're just asking for
that's
the right
it,
name.
exactly. So 6 o'clock hour, whoever wins the money, know the first name, because then I'm going to say in the 7 o'clock hour, be caller whatever, and all you need to know is who won last hour. Always need to know the previous hour's winner. So in the 7 o'clock hour, you need to know who won the off the bat 6. The 6 o'clock hour on Monday, that's the only one where you don't need to know a name. We're just giving away $1,000 to a certain caller on Monday morning. It could be you. Just make sure you're listening in the 6 o'clock hour. Then in the 7, call up, be the right caller, and just know who won in the 6. In the 8, know who won in the 7. In the 9 o'clock hour, know who won in the 8. And then for Tuesday morning, beginning at 6, know who won in the 9 o'clock hour the day before. And we're doing this for 2 solid weeks. $40,000. $1,000 a pop, 40 winners, $1,000. It's the ATMJ. And it all starts Monday morning right here on Q105, 104.7 FM, and the MJ Morning Show. I saw something that has got to be completely unenforceable. And I don't know if this is going to come to Florida. I know there's been a lot of concern, regarding kids and phone usage. The state of Virginia, the home state of Michelle and myself, we met. You know what? Virginia's for lovers. We met and fell in love in Virginia. And Michelle regrets every moment of it 30 years later.
Maybe not every, but certainly this one.
Oh, high percentage. All right, so
you were born in Virginia, Michelle?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she was born in Virginia Beach. All right, so here's the deal. Virginia has now banned phone usage for more than 1 hour a day for children under a certain age. How the heck is this even remotely enforceable? A new law will restrict children's time on social media. The new amendment limits kids under the age of 16 to just 1 hour of screen time a day pending parents' approval.
Okay.
How the hell do you enforce that?
Is this like a ceremonial law? Giving the parents the authority to say, well, it's against the law to play with this for 2 hours.
It seemingly is more ceremonial, and they're just taking a position. I don't know how they enforce it. All right, moving along. If you're a high schooler, and I brought this up because the Senior Assassin game has been happening. Water Wars is another name, Senior Assassin, Water Wars. It was going on for the last month or so around the Tampa Bay area. Remember we took calls on this week? A week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. We took a bunch of calls on the Senior Assassin game and Water Wars. It's happening at every high school in the Tampa Bay. It's happening all over the country.
Yes.
And I witnessed, some playing high school kids, I'm guessing, and maybe, I don't know, whether Berkeley kids or, what are Jesuit kids or, Tampa prep kids. Or,
not those damn Jefferson kids.
But I witnessed the Water Wars or Senior Assassin. I witnessed this going on in my neighborhood because I'm walking every single day. I, do 5-mile walks, 3-mile walks. I'm walking every day. I'm walking about 30 miles a week in my neighborhood. So I see a lot. So I saw multiple days of the kids like racing through the streets. I saw a kid doing maybe 20 miles over the speed limit and at 25. He sped past me, jammed on the brakes, took the car sideways. So he's across the road in a residential area, jumps out of his car to run after another kid that he saw. So a little bit of recklessness. And listen, I'm not against the kids having fun. You just got to do it safely. And remember, there was a lockdown. Was it Christ the King? One of the schools had a lockdown, and even it was the Plant High School principal had to put out a note.
These kids were playing their games and they entered into another school ground.
Had to send a letter out regarding the Senior Assassin game or the Water Wars. So here's the deal. Listen to this. High school athlete shot dead, right? After a TikTok prank goes wrong at a Virginia home, and apparently they also might have been involved in the Senior Assassin game as well. This was an 18-year-old kid.
Did he have a water gun in his hand when he was shot? Did he have a gun?
Yeah. I've got two stories. So, high school athlete shot dead after TikTok door challenge. So, knocking and banging on the door, then trying to run away. Ding dong ditch. And I saw this was out of Virginia and might have also been involved in the senior game. And then we've got two other stories. I'm just going to give you one. A Texas high school baseball star is on life support after the senior assassin game went bad.
Did you see what he did?
Yeah.
I mean, he did probably the most dangerous thing you could think of.
A standout Texas high school baseball star on life support after he was seriously injured while playing a water gun game wildly popular among teens across the USA. Isaac Leal, 17, a senior at South Grand Prairie High School, was chasing his classmates through an Arlington neighborhood on April 20th when he hopped onto the back of a parked Jeep with his senior assassin target.
The kid was on the inside of this green Jeep. He's standing on the back bumper, essentially holding onto the luggage rack and the tire.
Yep.
And then the Jeep takes off.
Cell phone and doorbell footage camera captured the team standing on the back bumper. The Jeep then drove away at high speed. They were playing senior assassin. He jumped onto a young girl's Jeep as it was parked. The girl reversed and took off, drove for 5 minutes at high speed, where he could not jump off. She hit a dip, and that's where he flew off the Jeep and hit his head. All right, so I've got a combo platter in Virginia of Ding Dong Ditch and the TikTok challenge, and that might have also been tied to the senior game with an 18-year-old. And we have an individual dead, high schooler senior Michael Bosworth. That's Virginia. And then we have a Texas high school baseball star, 17, who fell off the Jeep, and he's like in a coma.
Wow.
Unbelievable. On life support in the hospital. They don't know if he's going to recover.
Yeah, he hit his head pretty hard.
So just heads up. Speaking of school, are you kidding me? We have a Lakeland assistant softball coach arrested for sending explicit images with a teen.
This hasn't been a good week for Lakeland's assistant coaches.
And Harold's last name is Tittle.
What?
You heard me, Pally. Lakeland assistant softball coach was arrested having inappropriate conversations with a teenage girl in Polk County, according to Grady Judd. And the guy's name is Harold Tittle, Tittle. If you're trying to get it on and you're sending explicit photographs to a teenage girl, that's the worst last name to have.
Let me tell you what last name
Tittle
keeps me out of girls softball altogether.
What?
Mr. Tittle.
Tittle.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. Yeah, he was an assistant coach for Bat Intentions. Oh, I see what they did there. Get it? Bat Intentions?
Yeah, he had some bat intentions.
Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, it's a Lakeland Girls Softball League. Yeah, that's where he was an assistant coach. Yeah, apparently on April 25th, a relative of the girl told the Polk County Sheriff's Office that a 33-year-old man who was known was having, inappropriate sexual communications with this teenage girl.
What a creep.
Yeah, I guess there were exchanges of nude photographs and videos.
Coach Tittle.
And then the Polk County Sheriff's investigation showed that Tittle was asking the teenage girl for nude pictures. Yeah, she was 16 at the time, and this was via Snapchat. You know what? I'm telling you, a lot of no good happens on Snapchat. Any adult communicating with a teen on Snapchat, yeah, that's not good. Yeah, that is not good at all.
No.
Yeah. Hey, did you find, Andrew, did you find Sheriff Grady?
Talking about Tittle?
All right, do you have anything you can play here quickly? Yeah, so Andrew's got some audio. Grady Judd has had a couple of good audio bites this week. Remember the shooting at that rental home out in Polk County? And Grady Judd on that one, Grady Judd was, saying, hey, parents, how about being a parent? Yeah, hold on. All right, so we got a couple of different audio bites here. All right, here's the sheriff on Coach Tittle. Go ahead. Hit it. Why?
There's things you just can't make up, and you think after a while people will figure it out. Not only are there cell phones every place and cameras every place, this guy used his own cell phone to send himself to the county jail. This is Harold Tittle. He's 33 years old. And he had access to a 16-year-old child, and he sent inappropriate pictures of himself to her and groomed her to send inappropriate pictures and videos of herself to him. Well, that's bad enough, but he's also an assistant softball coach.
Yeah, so Mr. Tittle apparently was looking for some titillation with a 16-year-old. Ugh. That'll make your skin crawl. Oh, and then the other issue where they were looking for witnesses or any information on that shooting that happened at like a rental home. First of all, I wonder if it was like an Airbnb out there, and it was an apartment or something, or some I
don't know.
Yeah, maybe know who you're renting to. Anyway, so I thought that Sheriff Grady Judd had a very poignant statement regarding that situation. Yeah, 3 Osceola high school students, they were hurt. This was a party at like a rental apartment after the prom. And, people were shot at a high school. Listen to what Grady Judd said on that.
So my first message is to parents, start being parents.
Yeah?
When the prom's over, tell the kids to come home.
Yeah, how about that for some sage advice? Yeah. Hey, parents, how about you start parenting?
Just come home after the dance.
Yeah. All right. I have something that this is difficult. This is so bothersome. This is so troublesome to me. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? This is grotesque. All right, shifting gears. I'm appalled by this. Hypersexualized, artificial intelligence driven and generated Down syndrome content is going viral.
Yeah.
Did you see this?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
So there's models on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell me this has come up in any of your feeds. How are you aware of this?
It's a thing. It's a thing that's out there in the world. I'm telling you.
When did you become aware of this? I just found out about this yesterday, and I'm like, oh, my God.
This happened in the last 2 weeks. Last week.
So how? Again, let me ask you again.
I saw it on Instagram. I saw it on Instagram.
Oh, my God. This is awful. So I guess Instagram and TikTok, this is as low as you can go. People are taking individuals with challenges, with Down syndrome, taking their faces and putting them on like sexualized pictures of models or other people's bodies. Videos, images going viral on TikTok.
Here, look at this one right in front of you.
I don't want to look at it. I don't want to look at it.
Stop being a creep about it. We're talking about it. Look at it. Learn what you're talking about. You're going to talk about something. Spend some time investigating it. This is a woman right here who knew Down syndrome could look this good. And it's a model, and it's a woman who claims to, I don't know if she's AI generated. I don't know if it's a filter on her face.
No, these are being AI generated. All the deep fakes that can be created. Listen to this from the Post. Social media creators have been known to use AI filters to make their waist look smaller, their breasts look bigger. But now disturbing Instagram and TikTok accounts are stooping to a far more disturbing trick to drive engagement. In videos that are going viral on those platforms, typical facial features associated with Down syndrome are being superimposed over the faces of scantily clad women engaged in sexually suggestive behavior with artificial intelligence. The posts, which often direct users to OnlyFans accounts or other porn sites, or other groups are getting hundreds of thousands of views. What kind of a sicko takes somebody that has the challenge of Down syndrome and then puts their face on like a model in a bikini or pulling down their bikini top or, just gyrating or, moving in a very sexualized fashion? Michelle, I see you looking in disbelief.
Well, I'm just to start. Fester was able to find, I guess, an Instagram account where this particular person has done this for multiple. What are these, reels or whatever?
Yeah.
I just don't even know what to say. I literally am speechless. I don't understand I guess the motivation is to get the clicks and then to redirect to something that is revenue generating.
That's it.
But
Instagram's revenue generating for some folks, right?
Right, exactly. So it's just.
MJ here is with his 25,000 followers, and that person had like 380,000 followers.
Oh, my God.
I just can't imagine that's how low somebody would stoop.
It's a click revenue stream generated platform.
This is a horror show that anyone would do something as despicable as that.
And there are hundreds of videos.
To take the face of somebody that has Down syndrome and then put it on another person's body as they're in a skimpy little top, a skimpy little bottom. They're sitting down. They're opening their legs. You got a crotch shot. What are they doing?
But did they really take somebody else's face, or did they just kind of take their face and use AI to generate it?
Like
to alter their face.
So, do you go to AI and say, generate me a photo of a supermodel with a face that has features that might resemble somebody?
Listen, I think they're doing both. To answer your question, I think they're doing both. I think they're taking the face and they're doing some AI generation, but also I think they're doing some deep fake editing where you can just take a face and then you find another video and you just put the face on top, and that's the deep fake deal.
Some of the reels that Fester's showing, she's very attractive. You're looking. I don't even know what to say. Revenue generation and clicks, and also this is another area where we're all complaining about Instagram allowing the wrong content to be there, and this has been the complaint for Meta for many, many years now. And this is something where they should be taking a look at this and saying this is inappropriate. It's someone using our platform for the wrong purposes. Let's get rid of it.
8:33 at the MJ Morning Show. Guess who's been fired? A Frontier Airlines pair of agents were fired after mocking a passenger in a video that went viral.
What kind of mocking?
You know what? I didn't get to the story earlier in the week. So I had this story earlier. In fact, we actually pulled the audio. And we have the audio of the video of the Frontier Airlines gate agents will not let a passenger board. And then they start teasing the passenger. This is all captured on video. Let me just play the audio, because initially this was just, oh, my God, look what these Frontier Airlines gate agents were doing to this passenger. And now the follow-up is they've been fired by the airline.
So everybody in this story has their cell phones out.
Yeah.
Everybody's recording everybody.
You got the Frontier ladies. They're holding their cell phones, recording the passenger. The passenger has their phone out, recording the Frontier people. It's sort of like, I'm going to video this. And then, the Frontier agents are going, we're going to videotape you. We're going to video you. We're going to tape you. We're going to video you. We're going to record you. You record us. We're going to record you. All right. So listen to the exchange here.
They made that flight. You did. And you think you're going to check me in. I bet you we won't. Okay?
I paid for a ticket.
And you didn't pay $25 for agent assistant, and you checked in 3 hours later. Hello.
I just said that I
get on your flight.
Yeah, I just said that I would pay the $25.
And you thought you was going to get on your flight. And you thought you was going to get on your flight. And you thought you was going to get on your flight. And you thought you was going to get on your flight.
I literally paid for a ticket. I'm here 30 minutes. I'm here 30 minutes before my flight, and they're not letting me check in.
And you're not getting on your flight.
Because it's a policy. We don't control that.
You were about to let me check in. You were about to let me check in, and you decided that you ain't going to let me check in.
Make me check you in.
You literally work for a company that I bought a plane ticket for.
Oh, my God.
I'm here 30 minutes before the flight.
Can you please leave, sir?
No.
Can you please leave my personal space?
I'm not in your personal space.
Please leave.
Your
I work
personal
here. This
space.
is my stationery.
This is not
I'm at
your
Frontier.
personal space.
Hold on.
You work for a company. This is not your.
Right. They're on the other side of the counter, and they're telling the passenger to get out of her face, get out of her personal space.
All right, hold on. You go to the counter, MJ, 30 minutes before your flight. What do you expect?
All right, not this attitude.
No, hold
Listen,
on.
this guy was running late for whatever reason. So here's the deal. He tried to go to the kiosk to get his. This guy could have been to the gate.
Right.
He could have been through security to the gate. He tries to go to the kiosk, but I guess Frontier cuts off the self check-in an hour before flight time. That seems ridiculous. So he tries to go to the kiosk to check in, which would have been fine. He's in, he's out to the gate. And the kiosk said, nope, you're under an hour to check in, which that is ridiculous.
Yeah,
so then
stupid.
he has to go to the counter, and then the ladies want to charge him $25 for an assisted check-in because he couldn't use the kiosk.
Oh.
So that's how this whole thing starts, happening. And then they're just shooting him the tooth. They're holding up their camera phones. I expect help from the ticket people and the counter people from an airline, not them trying to make my life as freaking difficult as possible. Anyway, guess what? Earlier this week, the stories were Frontier Airlines agents jeer at passenger trying to check in after hitting him with a surprise $25 check-in fee. And you heard them say, oh, you thought you were going to get on this flight. You thought you were going to get on this flight. I mean, they are like trying to make this guy miserable.
Personal space.
We ain't got to worry about it. We ain't got to worry about it.
You don't have to worry about it. You're literally not doing your job for a customer that has paid for a plane ticket to get home. I'm literally here at Frontier. I bought a ticket, and they are not letting me check in. For no reason whatsoever.
Well, you said you're never flying the airline again, so we might as well help you out and have you not fly the airline.
I've already bought a ticket. I've literally already bought a ticket, and this is your reaction.
Wow. Anyway, they've been fired. So the update is the two ladies have been fired.
What airport was it?
A couple of check-in desk agents got terminated from Frontier after mocking a customer who was trying to check in for his flight. Footage circulating online shows a Frontier customer trying to check in at a ticket counter for a flight from North Carolina to Boston. Things go south when the agents mention a $25 fee to check in with them in person because the kiosk had already cut. That is stupid as hell. That just sounds like a revenue generator to make people go to the counter to pay another $25.
It's a nickel-dime airline.
Yeah.
They nickel and dime and charge it as low, with a super low, ultra low cost.
It's ultra low cost carrier.
If you want anything, you're going to pay for it outside of talking to a robot or getting it on the app.
It's a ULC, ultra low cost carrier.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it was from Raleigh. So it was RDU, Raleigh, Durham to Boston. And, man, that's just rude and nasty. And guess what? Even Frontier thought so, and Frontier fired the two gate agents.
Yeah, and you know what happened on the way out of the airport? Spirit was like, psst, hey, over here.
Psst, come over here.
Hey, ladies.
Psst.
We could use some feisty people like you.
Listen, you think so? You think Spirit hired the two ladies?
Not Spirit.
Hey, we're really impressed.
What?
Frontier.
No.
Frontier fired them.
What, they got fired from They got fired from Frontier.
But a Spirit headhunter.
And Fester's saying a Spirit headhunter. Hey, listen. Let me tell you right now. I gave Spirit Airlines so much crap for years. I said
unfairly.
I said I would never fly Spirit. All the nickel and diming. Let me tell you right now. I've learned to manage the nickel and diming with my dad in not so good shape. And I'm taking, many more frequent trips over to Fort Lauderdale. And it turns out that Spirit has the schedule that typically works the best for me. And I started flying Spirit a little over a year ago from Tampa to Fort Lauderdale. And I have not had one issue. How many flights have I been on now on Spirit?
Oh, probably 10, 12.
Yeah,
maybe more.
Maybe a dozen or more flights on Spirit in the last year and change. And
And you're a Spirit Gold member now. You can get a free bottle of water.
Okay, see, the difference is
I'm in the Spirit Owners Club. All right,
if you want to compare the two airlines,
Yeah.
I feel like we see much more disparaging, video coming from the passengers on Spirit. And with Frontier, it's opposite. We see crap coming out about employees. I don't think we've ever really seen a Spirit employee.
Oh, yeah, we have.
I mean, they're
Oh,
out
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, there's video.
I mean-
There's video of, remember the two Spirit employees, like, fighting each other? There were two
Okay,
ladies.
they're fighting each other.
Two ladies.
No, but there are some
don't know.
videos that have popped up. Listen, there are people that have. I had one bitchy agent at Fort Lauderdale. But other than that, I'm telling you, I have mastered Spirit. I have mastered buying the $40, the $39.99 ticket one way, $39, which, by the way, I think you used to be able to get a Spirit flight from Tampa to Fort Lauderdale. You used to be able to get it for $38.99, the cheapest. Getting it a certain amount of time out. I think those days are over. It looks like the cheapest now is $49.
Oh.
Yeah, it seems that Spirit has now raised the it used to be the bargain used to be like $38.99. Now they've gone to $49. And looking months out, I can't get anything cheaper than $49. But still, being able to fly from Tampa to Fort Lauderdale, round trip for less than $100. I mean, $98 round. I mean, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
So, I've mastered the system. I buy the cheapest seat. I do the cheapest, only a personal item because I'm going for a weekend, a day and a half, 2 days. I can do it all in a little carry-on that fits under the seat in front of me. I don't do any add-ons. I don't pick my seat. I know when to check in to get a good seat, not in the back of the bus. So I know the tricks. I've mastered. I'm scheming Spirit, man.
Yes.
I'm gaming Spirit. And listen, they've been fine. I've been fine with Spirit Airlines. All right. I want to know who is the idiot that does this stuff. All right, and I'm sure people listening right now are going to say, yeah, I've seen this or maybe I've done it. Have you ever been on eBay or Amazon and there's an item for sale that is ridiculously jacked up and marked up, and you can just go to the store and buy it yourself for a fraction? Or if you do other internet searching, you can find it for a fraction?
Yeah, I've seen things on eBay, on Amazon, and then I'll look it up at a local retailer off their website, and it's a lot less. I'm like, why am I going through this?
Or it's a third-party seller on Amazon, and they've jacked the price up. See, when you search for something on Amazon, you can't always assume that the top searches are the best. Sometimes you got to go deep, and you got to look for the same item that is just cheaper. And, yeah.
Okay, you can organize the list in that way for yourself.
Yeah, I realize that. But
okay, it's not difficult. You don't have to go deep. You just click a little button at the top, and it lists the items for you, MJ.
It's a sort. All right, I've got a case in point.
Yeah.
So you know those Trader Joe's mussels that I like?
Yeah.
Michelle does not like my tinned fish products. Michelle doesn't like my Crown Prince smoked oysters. Michelle doesn't, and I'm telling you right now, I love these things. Trader Joe's has lightly smoked mussels.
Okay.
And they're delicious. And they're not from China because I'm not eating any food coming out of China. The mussels come out of South Korea. I'm sorry, the oysters come out of South Korea that I buy. The mussels, these are out of South America. So Trader Joe's lightly smoked mussels. Why am I bringing this up? Because I'm on Amazon, and I can't remember what I did. But I go to Amazon, and there are 3 cans of the Trader Joe's mussels. So there's a seller on Amazon. Ships from Amazon, sold by some other company. The print's too small on my printout. You're not going to believe this. These mussels are like $2.79 or $2.99 at Trader Joe's. On Amazon, they're selling a 3-pack for $34.98.
Okay.
I'm like, what?
How many have they sold? Did you mention that?
I don't see how many. Oh, only 2 left in stock. All right. So you could go to Trader Joe's and buy 3 cans of mussels for $9. Or you could buy 3 cans of the same damn Trader Joe's mussels on Amazon for $34.99, $35. Who's doing this? Who's saying, "Oh wow, yeah, hey, it's Amazon Prime. I'll get it delivered quick." I mean, who? Same thing on eBay. There are people that put prices on things on eBay on a lot of newer items or brand new items, and they're selling it on eBay, and you're like, who's buying that? You can find it either cheaper on eBay or you can just buy it at a store for a fraction of the price.
Who's buying canned fish on Amazon?
Dude,
yeah, that's my bigger concern.
No, what are you talking? Amazon, people buy everything from Amazon.
I don't think of Amazon for mussels. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, listen,
I'm not trying to chap your ass on it.
I used to buy the smoked oysters on Amazon until their price went through the roof. And by the way, Trader Joe's also sells the Crown Prince smoked oysters as well.
I'll tell you who's buying it. Somebody who does not live near a Trader Joe's.
That's a good, or any other store.
I'm sorry, you don't. So you're saying that you don't live near a TJ's, so you're going to pay 3 times the price instead of $9, more than that. You're paying what, 5 times the price?
You've done those stories before, where
or
someone who doesn't
4 times the price.
Someone who doesn't live near a Trader Joe's but really wants that.
That's ridiculous.
They will buy it at a higher price.
That's the dumbest thing in the world.
In the world, Michelle.
In the world.
That is ridiculous and stupid beyond belief.
Big old blue, green, brown planet just rolling around the sun. 7 billion people. That's the dumbest thing.
Michelle, have you ever heard of body butter?
Is that like some kind of lotion?
No, it's when we get home later today. I'm gonna go.
All right.
I'm gonna grab the Challenge butter off of the counter in the butter holder, and I'm gonna smear it all over you.
Yeah, guess what the challenge is gonna be?
Yeah.
Getting it off of me.
Yeah. All right. Apparently, Hailey Bieber.
Yeah.
Hailey Bieber says that she's gone through 15 jars of what she calls her go-to body butter. Have you heard of this stuff? The Glow Better Multi-Oil Body Butter from Naturium?
No.
Tell you what, she's looking damn good in this picture. You might want to look into this stuff.
She does look good. I got to hand it to her.
I'm not saying that you don't look good, because I think you look great. I mean,
that's because we're headed into the weekend.
That's because you just got finished talking about butter.
Thank you, Fester. Thank you.
I'm trying to butter her up.
I typed in body butter into Google, and there's a bunch of brands of this. It looks like a lotion.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah, so Michelle, you're usually up to speed on this kind of stuff, and lotions and potions and
for your face
and tinctures and all kinds of stuff here.
Did you say it's called Naturium?
Naturium or Naturium, Naturium, and she says that she swears by this stuff. Naturium, the Glow Getter Multi-Oil Body Butter.
Okay, so guess how much a 7-ounce container is at Target?
Well, apparently it's only $20.
Yeah, $20.
Yeah, it's $20.
Yeah, it's not like it's some crazy bougie product that's inaccessible.
So you can buy it at Target.
Yeah.
And Hailey Bieber, listen, don't Michelle, don't get angry. I find her very attractive. And you know what?
Do you?
But the reason why I find you attractive is you kind of fit that kind of genre-y look. I've got a certain type.
The pouty, never smiles look? Because she is pouty and almost never smiles.
No, you're not a pouty, never smiler. No, you just kind of, the longer, leaner, you just kind of have, similar like facial structure. I mean, at least in my eyes. But I'm just saying that, this is a compliment, because I find Hailey Bieber, and she's a Baldwin actually, right?
She is.
She's got that look.
Isn't she the daughter of, is it Stephen? Yeah,
Stephen Baldwin.
Stephen Baldwin.
Yes.
And man, I tell you what, she got some mashed up good genetics.
Yeah.
Who's her mother? So Stephen Baldwin's dad, he's like the least kooky of the Baldwins, right? Or is he a nut job as well?
Maybe in adulthood he's the least kooky. I think he's the best looking of the Baldwins.
And who's the mother of Hailey Bieber? And of course, Hailey Baldwin is Hailey Bieber, because she married Justin Bieber. And he's going through his own deals now. People are like worried about him, like he needs to be on suicide watch.
Yeah, he's fine.
And he's not making it. Oh, there was another thing on Justin Bieber, that he's blowing through money. He's going on private jets everywhere, and he hasn't done anything. and he's not making money. And people are worried that he's going to blow through everything because he's not replacing. He doesn't have a stream of revenue and income now. He's not doing any concerts. He's not doing any shows.
I think he's fine. I think she makes money.
Anyway.
And you know what? He's got royalties.
I mean,
They're doing okay.
Yeah, they're not on food stamps.
Yeah.
I don't care.
You ought to go check out this. Listen, all I'm saying is, and don't take this the wrong way, because Michelle, I think you're hot. I think you're attractive. But I'm also attracted to the Hailey Bieber look. And she swears by this $19.99 jar, $20 jar of body butter, and you can get it at freaking Target. Fester's on the Target website.
Yeah, she has to buy a $20 bottle of body butter because her husband's burning through money.
Or you can just smear some Luana peanut oil on you.
I have no problems. I've got no problems.
Do you want the story? So you can try it?
I'm well aware of the story.
Are you going to try it?
It sounds like I'm being instructed
Listen,
to.
all right, here's what
you want her to try.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen to me.
What are you really saying over there, MJ?
Let me tell you what I'm saying.
Come on, tell me what you're saying.
Let me tell you what I'm saying. Is Hailey Bieber is attractive as hell. All right, listen to me. Let me finish.
Her body butter is not.
Let me
doing anything for her attractiveness that you're finding, because the body butter requires a little bit of touching, I think, for you to like really. Yeah.
Listen to me. So she's attractive. She swears by this $20 jar of body butter. She clearly makes a lot of money, and she could be buying what was the Jesus in a bottle lotion
That's not lotion though. That's a totally different product.
What was that product? Like $700 a bottle or something?
No, it was not.
What wasn't there some
Nope.
What? But what
You're making it up.
The point I'm trying to make is that she's buying a $20 product from Target that she swears by when she could be buying things that probably are $200, $300, $400, $500. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Oh my God!
Not really.
What do you mean, not really?
It took you a long while to get to your point.
I think you're mixing your products.
And you had to mention how hot she is a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Where it was almost creepy.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't creepy.
Yes.
A little creepy.
You know what? Fester and I are gonna start the creepometer.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying
and Fester's going to get in control of the sound effects and have a little device over here that lets you know when you're approaching creep.
A little red light that flashes. I'm just saying that that you...
Hi on the creepometer. Next.
Terrain, pull up. Pull up. Terrain, pull up.
All right.
Pull
Stop
up.
making everything about aviation, damn it.
I know. We're not talking about that.
You're making the whoop whoop sound.
I could go woo woo.
All right.
Jeez, oh my
I'm
God.
just saying. I'm just saying that Hailey Bieber reminds me of you.
Can we stop talking about this?
All right, geez, I'm
sorry.
sorry.
It's time for a commercial.
All right.
Yeah.
Guys, calm down, Fester.
You calm down.
You calm down.
I am fine.
No, you're not.
You need to be alone for a while with this bottle of lotion and a Hailey Bieber picture.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it sounds like you're headed for the weekend.
Oh, boy. All right. You want to know what's going to get you ghosted? I've got a list of things that will get you ghosted. So these are questions. These are what some people might think are innocent questions. If you ask these questions, you're going to get ghosted. So we'll get to that coming up in just a bit. Also, I've got the ick list. Oh, and do you let your dog lick your face? Oh, if you let your dog lick your face, you have got to hear what's coming up next on the MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM. Stand by. My God. Simon Cowell, the acerbic, one of the original judges on American Idol. Simon, and what does he do now? He does,
America's Got Talent?
Yeah, America's Got, I think he does a couple of things. Simon Cowell, I just saw an interview, and Simon Cowell was once asked to be a judge and judge a couple having relations for $100,000. A couple offered Simon Cowell $100,000 to be in the room while they were doing it.
And he took it?
No, he turned them down.
What?
Turned them down. That's awful. That's terrible. You sound like a strained monkey. I mean, hey, Andrew, do we have any Simon Cowell audio? Just generic Simon Cowell like insults? I know we have a whole collection of Gordon Ramsay, you know. Does he really put 2 slices of bread between people and call him an idiot sandwich?
He did on one show. He took 2 pieces of white bread and put it on either side of her head, like on her ears, and said, "Look, I made an idiot sandwich."
Michelle, you never heard that?
No.
Oh, listen, it's reality television. Half of it's all made up.
But if you have 2 pieces of bread laying around, it's a very cutting insult.
It's actually very funny. You know, putting 2 slices of bread on someone and calling them an idiot. You put one on each side of their ear, and you put their head in between the 2 slices of bread, and you're an idiot sandwich. Yeah, I can see, like, Simon Cowell.
No one would pay to see you perform.
Yeah, there you go.
Hold on. I don't know what this is. I think that...
Hold on.
It's Gordon Ramsay.
Did you find Gordon Ramsay?
I think Gordon Ramsay made the idiot sandwich.
Yeah, I don't know why Simon Cowell would do it.
Yeah, I was about to say.
No. Hold on.
Confusing our British people.
Wait. No. I said Gordon Ramsay.
Did we? I forget.
I initially said Gordon. Yeah, I said the insults. I was talking about the insults. I'm talking about reality television. And I initially said Simon Cowell and all of his string of insults. And I said, I know that we have a whole page of Gordon Ramsay insults.
As we should.
Listen to this.
You donkey! Are you always this pathetic?
You f***ing dick! Cut the f***ing bullshit, will you? Just stand up straight and at least look like a f***ing cook.
All right, how about this one?
Oh my God, young man. Kill yourself!
Kill yourself! All right. So what I said was we have a whole page of Gordon Ramsay.
Okay.
See if you can find some of our Simon Cowell insults. Yeah. So hang on. We've got.
Here's Gordon and Simon together.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Fester found the video.
It's like 10 seconds long.
Of Gordon Ramsay and Simon Cowell. All right, go ahead. Let me hear this. Go ahead and play it. I don't. It must be on mute. Yeah, you got to. No, it's an X there. You got to unmute it.
Unmute it.
Yeah. Unmute it.
Unmute it.
Go back to the beginning. Go ahead.
Simon, what are you?
I'm an idiot sandwich, Gordon.
Idiot sandwich what?
I'm an idiot sandwich, Chef Ramsay.
See?
They're probably best friends.
Anyway, so a couple offered Simon Cowell $100,000 if he would go in the bedroom with them while they were having relations and like do an American Idol or America's Got Talent type critique, judging, and comment. $100,000.
$150,000.
I'm sorry.
$150,000.
I'm sorry.
Price has gone up.
$150,000. I'm sorry. And he turned it down. He said, "Nope."
Can I be completely honest with you?
Who the hell turns down $150,000 for something like that?
I would much rather have Randy Jackson in the room while I'm doing it. Yeah, dog.
What does he do now?
Yeah, dog.
What about Paula Abdul?
She's welcome too, but she's not watching.
Speaking of American Idol judges, I do feel bad for. I didn't hear what you said, Andrew. It was in my ear.
Doesn't matter.
What did you say?
Paula Abdul's always welcomed, but she's not watching.
What does that mean?
Keep by.
She's getting it.
Yeah, she's involved. She's not watching. She's a participant.
All right.
Oh my gosh, I have to explain this to you.
All right, I don't want to.
I've always loved Paula Abdul, man.
Back to Katy Perry here quickly.
Oh, come on.
I feel bad. Just speaking of American Idol judges.
What's her problem?
Well, no, she's getting trashed.
Why?
Why? She went going up in that Jeff Bezos rocket is like the worst thing that ever happened to her.
Yeah.
But why? I think she's unfairly getting maligned.
She is. I read a whole article about how it truly is unfair. Like they've singled her out of all the.
Why? Who's they?
The internet. The internet trolls who have decided that
you know what,
they don't like her. That's it.
Humanity, the planet decided to gang up on Katy Perry again. Leave Katy alone.
Yeah.
There's a very small amount of trolls that are very vocal online, and right now Katy's in their crosshairs.
Oh, that's terrible. I feel bad. I think Katy Perry's a nice woman. She was nice to my kid backstage years ago at the Ice Palace. Come on.
And she took a ridiculous flight on a wiener rocket that goes straight up and straight down.
Yeah, it's a carnival ride.
And she essentially made a mockery out of aviation and space exploration.
Well,
they're just referring to her as like a human pinata. I mean, she's just getting beaten up on the internet so much.
Yeah, I feel bad for her. Listen, Katy, I'm on your side.
Yeah. As she cries into like her $200 million pillow, I feel so bad for her.
The hell with 8 on your side. MJ on your side.
Oh.
Katy, MJ on your side.
Go with 8.
Yep. Hey, listen, if you got a problem with a vendor or something, better call MJ. All right? Give me a call. I'll walk you. Leave Katy alone.
Who cares? I have no sympathy for her.
All right, what's going to get you ghosted? So you're out on a first date, right? Or you're in the early days of a relationship. What are some of the things that are going to get you ghosted? Yeah, we've talked about this woman before. Alexa Johnston is a relationship coach and expert. And these are some of the things, and you might not even do these wittingly. This might be sort of a involuntary react. You got to be careful because when you're on a first date or you're trying to make a first impression, your normal behavior, if you don't think it through, could be a real turnoff to individuals. So if you say this or similar things on a first date, you want to know why you're not getting a call back? Why there's no response? It could be due to these things. This could be like an automatic ghosting. All right, number one, you're out on a date, right? You met somebody, whether it's a setup, whether it's a dating app, whatever.
A blind date?
Well, you're out on a date.
A deaf date?
Let me tell you what you don't say.
What?
How about an amputee date?
You know what? Hop your ass on over here. Let's go. Let's have fun.
You know what? There needs to be a dating app. Hot putees.
There's plenty of fish, not plenty of legs.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Please
go with the story.
All right. Never ask this. Hey, so why are you still single?
Yeah, why are you still single?
Don't ask that one. Also,
there's two ways to ask that. There's a cheeky way to ask it where you're being kind of condescending, and there's a funnier. So why are you still single? You know, I don't know.
I don't know. I see that being a turnoff. Whatever the inflection is, Fester, I see that being a turnoff.
Really?
Number 2. Don't ask this. Hey, have you had any work done? Don't ask them if they've had any cosmetic surgery. Next. Hey, how much money do you make? Yeah, don't ask them how much money they make. Number 4. Do you think I'm hotter than your ex?
Ew.
I mean, don't compare yourself to an ex, or even if you've kind of locked in the deal, you got the prize. I mean, don't bring up the exes and any kind of comparison.
Yeah, there really shouldn't be a comparison.
Hey, am I hotter than your ex? Hey, am I better in bed than your ex?
Yeah. That's gross.
All right. You know what else is gross?
What?
And we've talked about this particular phrase in the past.
Yeah.
Hey, what's your body count? Meaning how many, you know what else I have? You know what? This might be a great time to squeeze this in as well.
Don't say body count and squeezing stuff in.
Well, I saw another item, and this is sort of related, but a whole separate story about what is the ideal number of partners. And there's a new study out. You know what? This is a great way to work this in. All right. So, don't ask what your body count is, and then just kind of rounding out the list. How many kids do you want, and when can we get started? Yeah, it probably not a good thing to say on a first date. I remember when I was in like 7th grade, 6th grade.
Uh-huh.
You'd go up to somebody, you'd go up to a girl and say, "Hey, you want a screw?" And then you'd open up your hand and you had like a wood screw in it.
That is so offensive.
I mean,
that's
you could have been canceled in middle school.
Oh, I'm telling you, that was something I never did this.
Are you sure?
Michelle, I swear
This sounds like the dumbest joke. If some guy had said that to me, I think I would have just throat punched him and walked away.
You've never heard that?
I've never heard this, and I've never had it done to me.
I'm trying to think, when was this? You know what? It was middle school. So it would have been 8th and 9th grade.
In your weirdo middle school?
Yeah, it was Independence Junior High School, Virginia Beach. It would have been, 8th and 9th grade. So, 13, 14 years old, in that vicinity.
You know what it sounds like? It sounds like the kind of thing where the guy really wants to ask her if she wants to do it, but then you have that as your little backup, because when she's repulsed by that, then you can go, just a joke.
Yeah,
I'd never do you.
Hey, no. But
it's terrible.
It's coming back to me now. I know where it started. It started in my shop class. It started in wood shop.
Yeah, it started with all the guys asking each other, and they're like, "Wait, hold on a second."
No, listen.
That's funny.
No, I'm telling you, the guy. this is like 8th grade. This is like Mr. Wyrick's class. In this is wood shop. The kids would grab a wood screw at a wood shop, and that was the joke in class, that you'd say, "Hey, you want a screw?" And then you'd open up your hand and you got a screw.
Yeah, because that's like the dirtiest word that you idiots knew. It's a great way to say the word screw without being really saying screw.
But you were really offering up an actual screw.
Okay, I think we get the joke. I think we get it, MJ. We don't need it. We don't need it to be explained.
Do I need to draw it out? You need to
go right ahead. Let me see you try.
There's actually no fornication happening at all.
Yeah, thank you, Fester.
Right, so let me segue into our little add-on here. This is like an add-on excursion. Your little bonus action here. No, I saw this. I was gonna not even get to this today, but you know what? This fits nicely. This dovetails nicely. There's a new study out. And it goes over what is considered socially acceptable as far as the number of partners. And this is a real deal. This is from the journal Social, Psychological, and Personality Science. Hey, Fester, make sure we get a subscription to that one.
We already have one.
No, I don't think so.
It goes to the office.
Nope.
You haven't seen it?
Nope. No, I think we get BMM.
We do get that too.
Yeah, Bowel Movement Monthly. And we got a whole bunch of scientific journals because I'll tell you what, that's just some good reading right there. All right, so this is from Social, Psychological, and Personality Science. And so how many partners? Study reveals there's a magic number for guys. So if you were, Michelle, if you were to guess, this is, I'm being 100% serious here. According to the survey, this psychological personality profile journal, medical journal, for guys, what do you think the magic number is for the number of lifetime partners?
So you're asking an 80-year-old.
I never said anything about
You
80.
said lifetime.
No.
You're on your debt. I mean,
Yeah.
So lifetime is up any point until you're being asked. So you ask, a guy who's 35, his lifetime is at 35 years.
All right, Michelle, what do you think for guys, and then I have the female as well, according to the Scientific Psychological Journal, what is the appropriate number or the magic acceptable number of lifetime partners that a guy could be with? And then I'll even break it down to even how many are casual. But what is the total hookup? Just give me the total number, and then how many of those are casual? That's the secondary. So how many for a guy? Socially acceptable number of hookups.
I mean, I would say 5, but then you threw in the whole casual thing.
No,
and I'm thinking,
I don't. No,
Total number.
because the casual is going to come off the total number of how many of those
all right,
will be
so,
casual.
12.
God, what kind of whole answer is that?
I was thinking, you have a high school hookup, you have a college hookup, you have 1 or 2 after, and then you get married. That's 5.
The magic.
And then casuals would be,
What are you guys, a bunch of Puritans? I mean,
Michelle, that's all loosey-goosey, man. It
is?
You are way over.
Great.
I mean,
Good to know.
If this were the casual or hookup mountain climber game, oh my God, how many? Oh, 12. Oh my God. Sorry, Michelle. We'll have more pricing games coming up next. Hey, stick around. You get to spin the big wheel.
Yes. Tell me what the number was.
It's 4 to 5.
That's what I was going to say. And then you threw in the casual thing. And then you said, no, the casuals come off the top.
The casuals come off the top. So the acceptable number of hookups, listen to me.
I know it's 4 to 5 because you have a high school, you have a college, then you have 1 or 2 after, and then you get married. That's 5. That was the number I had in my head.
Then you're messing around with someone at work. You missed that one.
That's casual, so that comes off.
Yeah, that comes off.
All right.
I've been using
That's
that
what you
excuse
said.
for years. That's casual.
The magic number. The number is, according for men, the lifetime number of partners that's acceptable, deemed acceptable, is 4 to 5.
Yeah.
And then of the 4 to 5, 2 to 3 are casual.
Okay.
That's what I said.
Well, then why didn't you go with your gut?
Because you said, I said there'll be casuals that you lob off the top. And I'm thinking, okay, well, if there's a significant number to that, there might be a bunch of like one-nighters.
You said 12. I mean, you whipped out Slutorama on us.
Well, because if the dude is not getting married until he's like 40, he's probably going to have a lot of party time. And then there's a span of 10 years there.
Acceptable numbers for who? What, to become Pope? I mean, seriously. Two serious ones and a couple of casual ones and that.
Yeah.
This is BS.
Do you think then I better not say that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say. All right, now for women.
Yeah.
So we now have the guy number. The acceptable number of hookups for guys is 4 to 5. What do you think the acceptable number for women is?
2.
It's 2 to 3. So 2 to 3 for women, the magic number of hookups goes down. 2 to 3 partners is deemed socially acceptable, with only 1 to 2 casual flings.
Mm-hmm.
And for women, the first encounter typically happens between the ages of 16 and 18.
See, I don't understand how they get 2 to 3 then, because if people are getting married much later and they have their first hookup at age 16 and they're not getting married until 36, I don't believe those numbers then, because there's a lot of bar hopping, there's a lot of going out, there's a lot of dating in between.
There's a lot of casual stuff and the 4 or 5 serious relationships you might have.
I agree.
Don't harpoon the messenger. I'm just telling you what the journal's saying. Oh, yeah. Do you know what this is? Do you know what this is? Come on, what song is this?
Breaking the law?
No, it's not breaking the law.
Is it two for Tuesday?
No, it's Metallica, man.
Yeah.
It's Master of Puppets.
Okay.
Yes. Master. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
All right, why am I playing Metallica? There's a little on the softer side for Metallica. This, of course, is
Enter Sandman.
Yep, that's exactly right. The reason why I'm bringing this up, Metallica rocked so hard at a concert at Virginia Tech, it actually set off their earthquake measurement device.
The seismic meter?
No.
Yes.
Because my mom sent me a thing that said she just had an earthquake. Was this it? My parents are so weird, right? They have that.
How far do they live from Virginia Tech?
They're further from Tech than.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. No, out of Blacksburg, Virginia.
Yes.
But your mom is far from Blacksburg,
I don't
Virginia.
know.
No.
She said she had an earthquake.
No.
She felt it.
When was this?
While I was gone.
Up in New York?
Like in the last 48 hours?
Listen to this. There was a Metallica concert at Virginia Tech's Lane Stadium, and it was seismic. Yeah, a hokey seismic event. 60,000 people in attendance. 60,000 went to see Metallica at Virginia Tech. The Virginia Tech Seismological Observatory, the VTSO, recorded ground tremors generated by the concert. So not far away, I guess, in the tech, whatever, like geological or science building where they have a seismological reading device.
Look at these the little wave
charts.
charts.
Metallica actually caused seismic activity that was picked up by the seismograph.
That's cool.
The peak coincided precisely with their performance of Enter Sandman. So I don't think it was as much the song it
was the people jumping.
Yeah, I think that's what enhanced it. Do you have audio on this?
I have a news report.
Oh, this is from Channel 10 out in like Lynchburg or something. All right, go ahead, roll this.
Metallica concert not only rocked the stage, but it also shook the ground. The concert was so powerful, it recorded multiple waves on an earthquake measuring device. The equipment at Virginia Tech found that the overall energy from the crowd created an amplitude of roughly a size 1 earthquake.
Wow.
You got a lot of people in the stands doing that at the same time in sync with the music. You really put a lot of force into the ground. And that's the source for this. And it's one frequency. It's the frequency of the tempo of the music.
Wow.
Hey, can I give a piece of advice to Channel 10 in Lynchburg?
What, mic up the people
why
before
don't you put a freaking microphone on the guy you're interviewing and not use the built-in camera mic 15 feet away, you jackwagons?
He's like, what, a professor of seismology at Virginia Tech? How about you wear a microphone, sir?
Yeah. Well, no, that's not his fault. It's the stupid reporter or the camera person. That's the market where, I don't think they probably don't even have a separate reporter and a photographer. They probably, the reporter probably has to set the whole damn thing up themselves. So,
if you're a professor of seismology, how busy are you at Virginia Tech? I mean, this is the biggest thing that happened to him in his life.
Hey, dude. How about the fact that, like, some of the biggest hurricane predictions come out of Colorado State University?
What's with that? And they're wrong every year.
Yeah, University, whatever the hell,
Colorado State.
Yeah, is it Colorado State?
It's Colorado State University.
Yeah. All right. 9:23 at the MJ Morning Show. When we get back, are you a dog lover? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, I got a warning that's going to get you to think twice about letting your dog all kiss you up good. Yeah, Are you one of those people let the dogs go all kissy face all over you, the tongue and everything? I got a little story you got to hear next, all right? And the final chunk of the MJ Morning Show, we'll give you full details on the $40,000 in cash that we're going to start giving away next week. $40,000. How'd you like to have your share of the ATMJ? Yes, spitting out the cash beginning Monday morning at 6 a.m. right here on 104.7 FM Q105. 31 MJ Morning Show. The final chunk of the MJ Morning Show starts right now. I'll give you full details in a few moments on how you can grab your share of $40,000. Yeah, I tried to call the bank to get 40 grand for the video promo. Couldn't get the cash. Hey, remind me. I'll tell the whole story in just a matter of moments.
Do you need 40,000?
Well, yeah. You know, so I want to shoot a promo today.
I think I have $140 on me.
Yeah, I think I've got $28 in my pocket.
This is the most cash I've carried on me in years.
Yeah, I keep a little emergency, 50 in my wallet just in case. But, I mean, I don't use cash. I mean, when do you use cash? Some places are like, you grab a slice of pizza in New York and it's, cash only. Or, there's some cash onlys locally. Hey, Michelle, what's cash only locally that you can think of?
I can't think of anything.
Strip clubs.
Oh, stop.
Drug dealers.
Oh, speaking of strip clubs, did you see that 2001 bought the Morons?
What?
Yeah.
Joe sold it?
Oh, yeah. Well,
wow.
Yeah. Oh, this happened a while ago, and the story just freaking came out. I didn't know this. The Tampa Bay Times, the first to report that 2001 Space Odyssey, whatever it's called, 2001 with the spaceship, they bought Mons right across the street.
Wow.
And it happened like months ago. Mons Venus and owner Joe Redner have been sold. They got Joe Redner as well.
Yeah.
2001 Odyssey, they bought it. Now, it turns out, let's see here, 2001 Odyssey acquired the world-famous Mons Venus in January. The story is just coming out now in May.
Usually you don't trust strippers to keep their mouths shut about anything.
Yeah, really.
So 2001 acquired Mons Venus in January. Owner Don Kleinhans. Watch those Kleinhans, man. He told the Tampa Bay Times yesterday. It happened in January. All right, one other interesting piece of information. So Joe Redner is still going to be involved because he's going to be the landlord. So Joe Redner he's not selling the actual land or the building.
Selling the business, not the property.
He's selling the intellectual property.
Yeah, Joe called him in October and said he's ready to sell the place.
Joe, you should have called me. Come on, Joe. You know how many times I sat next to you at Salad World next door before it became a pot shop? Before it became a dispensary? Yeah, you used to sweet tomatoes. Well, Michelle, how many times how many?
Oh, I can't even count.
I mean, listen, how many times over the years did we go into sweet tomatoes and Joe Redner was sitting next to us?
I mean, more than I can count, honestly. And he's so nice, too. He was always so incredibly nice.
It'd be like, hey, MJ, good to see you again.
Yeah.
Every run-in I've ever had with Joe has always been pleasant.
He's super friendly and just a likable guy.
Absolutely.
A reporter called Joe to talk about it. He says it's more of a management agreement, less of a sale. And then he says, I don't want to talk to you about it. Good for you, Joe.
I got Joe's cell number. I'll call Joe. We'll get Joe on the phone.
Maybe get seafood or something.
Anyway, where was I?
Who knows?
No, I was saying something. You got me all sidetracked.
No, we didn't. You did it all on your own. All on your own.
I did all on my own?
All on your own.
You're saying that I sidetrack myself?
Yeah, I think
You're
so.
saying that sometimes I lose focus?
Mm-hmm.
All right. If you're a dog lover, well, this may give you pause to let your dog do the whole licky face thing. You know, let's go to phones on this. Let's go to phones. Hold on, what are you looking at?
It's 9:35.
So what? I'll take a couple phone calls. We didn't take many calls today.
We didn't take any calls today.
Yeah, you're right. Today was just one of these, look, sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. All right, are you a dog licky face person? Do you love your dog? I mean, listen, we love our dogs, and am I guilty of a little licky face from time to time? But when I see an item like this is when I start reconsidering the whole dog licky face thing.
Okay, I'm sorry. Do you need an article like this? I've been telling you forever.
Hold on. Hang on. No, you don't know where this article's going.
Yeah, Michelle.
Right,
it's more than just sniffing butts.
All right, are you a dog lover and you let your dog lick your face? Let's go. 800-990-1047. I've taken like no phone calls today, so let's take a bunch of phone calls right now. Do you let your dog kiss your face? 800-990-1047. What was that, a movie or a TV show? What was the one where the dogs look at the guy's face and the person sticks their tongue out and they're like kind of, what was that? Why am I having a vision of that?
I don't know why you're having a vision of that, but please get rid of it.
Yeah. All right, 800-990-1047. Do you regularly let your dog lick your face? You come home from work, oh, hey, buddy. And the dog jumps up and dog hears your car in the driveway or out front. Do you let the dog lick your face? Let's go. 800-990-1047 is how you get in. And I'd love to know, tell me your dog's name. Tell me what kind of dog you have. Michelle and I are both dog lovers. We've been hooked on the Jack Russell Terrier for quite some time. Yeah, we don't do the stubby one or the one that's mixed with Chihuahua. We like the real, the 12 3/4 to 14-inch JRTs. That's our zone on the JRT, the Jack Russell Terrier. Carrie and Terry. We got a twofer call rolling in from Safety Harbor. Carrie and Terry, do you love your dog?
Too much.
Too much.
All right. So, Carrie who's Terry?
That's me. I'm the wife.
Okay, so
I'm the husband.
Oh, okay.
I'm Terry, the husband.
All right. Okay. Carrie's the husband and Terry's the wife.
Yep.
All right. What kind of dog do you guys have?
I have 3 Morkies. That's like a Maltese Yorkie mix.
Gotcha. And they lick your face, what, all day long?
Oh, you've got that exactly right. All day long.
Oh, they sound adorable. How old are they?
One is 6, one is 5, and one is 3.
Okay.
I'm not really jealous. Not really.
Yes, yes. You'll be a little jealous.
All right.
Maybe a little.
Carrie and Terry, great to talk to you. Turn your radio up. I'm going to grab a few more calls, and then I want to tell you why maybe you should reconsider, okay?
Okay.
All right. We'll give you the answer on the air in just a few minutes, so turn your radio up. Thank you for calling in. Linda in Dade City. Linda, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, Linda. What kind of dog do you have?
I have a mix. He's a German Shepherd, Bernese Mountain Dog.
Oh, and you let him or her lick your face?
I have had dogs all my life. I've worked with dogs, and they all licked my face.
All right.
And a vet told me that their tongue is the cleanest. I don't know why he said that. but they've done it to me all my life.
All right, Linda, you turn your radio up and you listen to what I'm about to tell you in a few minutes, okay?
We're going to debunk the vet.
All right, I'm gonna send your vet, back to vet school in about 2 seconds. All right, Ivy in Clearwater. Ivy, do you let your dog lick your face?
Sometimes.
And Ivy, what kind of dog do you have?
I have an American Staffordshire Terrier and American Bully.
And the names,
big dogs.
the names, please.
Dustin and Gidget.
Dustin and Gidget. Oh, that's adorable. All right, Ivy, turn your radio
it's adorable, but I know dogs' mouths are really dirty, though. So,
well, hang on. One last caller said the vet said they were clean. I got Ivy saying they're dirty.
No.
Hey Ivy, hold. Ivy, turn your radio up. You're going to get an answer in a minute, okay?
I want to tell you, my mom lets her dog drink out of her water bottle and lets her lick it inside of her mouth. I don't do that.
Oh, my God. Really?
Yes, she does. It's so gross.
Oh, my. That is nasty.
Yep. All right. Bye, guys.
Well, hold on. Is your mom like Miss Jackson? Nasty? All right, thank you. All right, Dale and that's awful. Dale and Zephyr Hill. I was trying to think of something.
That was awful.
All right, Dale and Zephyr Hills. What kind of dog do you have?
It's a Shih Tzu.
Of course, it's a Shih Tzu.
Really, Dale? Really?
How many packs of smokes does your dog do a day?
I'm not sure.
Okay, all right.
I don't know what he does when I'm not home.
All right, so Dale, you let the dog lick your face?
I let him lick me on my cheeks, but never around the mouth. And his name is Seeger. He's named after Bob Seger.
Oh, really? Like a rock. Oh, yeah. Hollywood Nights. Yeah, Bob Seger. All right, Dale, thank you, buddy. Turn up your radio. The answer's coming in a minute. Hey, Andrew, stop taking calls. Let me just blow through. Phones exploded here. How about Wayne in Bradenton? Wayne, what kind of dog do you have?
Hi, I had a miniature schnauzer. This was quite a few years ago, but I had come home from work, and I discovered that my mother-in-law was there, and the dog was excited to see me, and started licking my face. And the mother-in-law, of course, said, "You should not let your dog lick you in the face like that." And I looked at her and I said, "That's true. You never know where my face has been."
Oh, I thought this was going to be the peanut butter story. All right, thanks for the call. All right, George in Paris. George, you're on the MJ Morning Show. What kind of dog do you have?
Good morning. I have a yellow lab. Her name is Maggie. She actually has social media, and we follow you.
Oh, wow. Well, that's fantastic. George, I think I've seen you and some contact you've had with me. George, and you let Maggie lick your face?
I do.
All right. Turn your radio up, George. Answer's coming. All right, two more. Karen and Oldsmar. Karen, you let your dog lick your face?
No, I do not.
Oh, okay. And what kind of dog is it?
He's a dachshund, but my grandfather used to let his dog lick his wounds because he said it would heal the wounds.
Oh, my God. Oh.
I know. Like, like workman's hands.
And your what? Tell me your grandfather died of sepsis, right?
No, he actually lived very, very old, to be honest.
All right, Karen, turn up your radio. Answer's coming. All right, final call, and then the rest of the story. Brian, Waimama, tell me about your dog. What kind of dog? What's its name?
Hey, good morning, guys. I got a boxer. Her name is Lola, and she's 1 year old.
Sounds adorable. And do you let Lola lick your face?
I do.
All right, well, turn your radio up. Brian, turn your radio up right now, and you might reconsider. Have a good weekend, all right?
You too, buddy.
All right, here we go. Veterinarian warns against this activity of, letting your dog lick your face after a massive parasite was found in a woman's pelvis. Doctors discovered a cyst twice the size of a tennis ball in the pelvis of a pregnant woman who was rushed to the hospital following months of abdominal pain. They didn't know whether it was pregnancy related. It was just a big, giant concern. They saved the 26-year-old woman who was 20 weeks pregnant. They ran scans and revealed that she had a hydatid cyst, HYDATID cyst, a growth formed by a tapeworm infection.
Oh, good.
that humans most commonly get from interacting with dog do.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah, the case study did not specify what caused this cyst, but a lot of times this tapeworm comes from the number 2 dog do. And
we get that part.
Yeah, and so just maybe it's just not a good idea to let your dog lick your face.
So are you going to stop doing that now?
I don't do it that much.
Oh, my gosh. You do it enough that I'm grossed out about it.
Well, it's like I say hello and they get the tongue on. You know, it's not like I'm going, it's not like I'm like begging for it.
No, but you do let them lick your face, and it's so gross.
Yeah. Humans are not infected by the adult tapeworms within the dog, but instead ingest the echinococcus eggs passed through the dog stuff.
All right.
All right, listen, I don't want to gross you out, but listen, this show can be very, very, very educational.
Yeah, stop kissing your dog, people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Fester, you let that dog kiss you?
No, me and the dog aren't friends.
we've got to mention this in a little bit more, I think, detail on Monday. There's a story that I saw on the NBC News website. The R word is making a comeback. The word that has been totally like canceled. And do you know that NBC News is saying that the R word is making a comeback because it's embraced by Joe Rogan and Elon Musk?
You know, I've seen a lot of comics, maybe not a lot, but a couple of comics just really go on and use that word and throw it around a lot.
And you know what, Michelle, I've noticed it a lot more we've watched TV shows and some movies, and it seems that I'm seeing it more. You know, it was very common, and then there was a very concerted effort. I would say mid 90s to late 90s, maybe early 2000s to shut down the use of the R word.
Well, they removed it from even the medical definitions. Like they changed a lot of the organizations that used to help people who needed some support in that area. They changed that word out, and they would. I think George Bush put in like intellectually challenged or something. Like he changed the language for some organization that provided support for those individuals, and then I think Obama actually removed it altogether from a lot of our medical terminology.
The R word making a comeback. I know that I've seen it. It seems more in movies or streaming shows that we watch.
Mm-hmm.
I think didn't Beth use it in Yellowstone?
Oh, I think she did.
Yep. Because we just finished Yellowstone finally.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, I'm seeing it more and more. And here's a story from a mainstream outlet. This is from NBCnews.com. The R word embraced by Joe Rogan and Elon Musk inches back into the mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
So those anti-R word crusaders, they must be like having a conniption or something. We ought to get into this in more detail maybe on Monday, but I stumbled across that. I'm just doing research last night, and boom, NBC News has a whole story on this thing on their website. Oh, two things. I want to tell you about the cash, and we'll do that at the final moment of the show in just a minute. Fessa, did you see the email from Ron?
No.
Oh, man. We have the internet safety training modules we're supposed to do.
Right.
And there's a whole schnit ton of folks in this building that haven't done these goofy video vignettes where you got to watch some goofbag like invite North Korean hackers into the company network. You know, you got to do all these. Listen, when I first got here in 2020 and 2021, I think I did like 5 of them.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, this is the biggest colossal waste of my time. You know, and an email went out yesterday that it singled out like 25 people. And it's like,
am I listed?
Oh, yeah. And it's a spreadsheet. And it's the number of training modules that you've missed for the company's internet security. And I'm like 20 modules down. I think you're 26.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know how to open company email, and I think the guy to show me was showing the door.
All right, so the same deal. I don't log into anything. I have company email, so I do have a company email address, but I don't use it. Everyone sends stuff to my personal email. So I've got a Gmail as a personal. I've got MJ at mjmorningshow.com. Everyone that needs to communicate with me. So I don't use the company email. I don't log into any computer in the place. So why the hell do I need to take the training module? But it was a very terse email that went out by Ron DeCastro. He's going to Ron DeCastrate people apparently, because what they're saying is that you're going to be banned from the company logins. I'm like, well, I'm
fine.
That's no change for me.
Thank you.
I'm not logging into anything.
I actually would prefer it that way.
Yeah.
There you go, Fester. I did have a solution for you, but I'll tell you off the air.
For Fester or for me?
For Fester.
All right. And then finally, before we get out of here today, before we roll on out, the money's coming on Monday, folks. I am so excited about this. On Monday. Oh, and we got to do. Where's my garage door winner? We got to do the garage door. Where is it? I got it right here. Got it right here. Two big pieces of business here.
What a fitting way to end this week.
Absolutely. Two very important things. Monday morning, we start blowing out $40,000 in cash. $40,000 in cash. It's the ATMJ. Get it? ATMJ. And we got $40,000 thanks to the Kemp Law Group. Kemp Law Group sponsoring our promotion here. $40,000. We're giving away $1,000 every single hour, every day, beginning on Monday, and this happens for 2 solid weeks. So make sure you're with us Monday morning at 6 a.m., sometime in the 6 o'clock hour. We're just going to prime the pump, and we're just going to take a certain random caller to win $1,000 Monday morning in the 6 o'clock hour. Then make sure you're listening, because you need to know the winner's first name. Because when we do it again in the 7 o'clock hour, you got to be the right caller and know the previous hour's first name of the winner. And then it keeps going. So in the 8 o'clock, you got to know the 7. In the 9 o'clock, you got to know the 8. The 6 a.m. winner for Tuesday morning, you just got to know who won the previous day in the 9 o'clock hour. So you always have to know the previous winner's first name. That's it. And be the right caller. And you win $1,000. And this is local only. This is only MJ Morning Show listeners on Q105, 104.7 FM. It's not a national contest. It's not multiple stations. It's only listeners to the MJ Morning Show here in the Tampa Bay area. $40,000. 2 solid weeks. Every hour, every day of the show. 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday next week, and then we'll do it again the following week. $40,000. So the money starts rolling with the ATMJ Monday morning, 6 o'clock, right here on 104.7 FM. Tell your friends, tell everyone to, help increase the chances of you or someone you know winning. Family members, whatever. Have everyone in on this action. And thanks to the Kemp Law Group. Accident or fall, you call Kemp Law. And let's do it. This is it, folks. The final garage door opener. This is the LiftMaster. Top of the line. The 87504. This is a $1,000 prize installed by Banco. Best garage door company around, Banco. Are you ready for number 5? First of all, thank you to all the entries. Thank you. We had thousands of, it had to be 2,000 entries. Went through all these things. It was so tough. There were so many people that had great entries that deserved to win, but obviously we got to narrow it down. And here it is, the final entry. Good morning, MJ. I'm a longtime listener of your shows. No better show out there. Thank you. Thank you for the flattery. Thank you for this incredible opportunity to hopefully win the garage door opener for Mom. Mom has been opening and closing her garage door manually for years. The last 12 months have been the most challenging. She's been diagnosed with MCP, joint synovitis. MCP is a joint arthritis which causes pain and loss of motion and swelling. These changes can come on gradually, may not be noticed right away. These symptoms may feel worse when gripping or grabbing, such as turning a key or opening a jar. Patients with arthritis sometimes have weak hands and may tend to drop objects. Getting Mom this garage door opener will be a true blessing. Thank you for the opportunity and a chance to win. And this is from Patty up in Spring Hill. Isn't that lovely?
Wow.
So the previous winners were more like creative and funny, and I thought we'd end with a touching.
How heartfelt is
Yeah, I mean, a really needed garage door opener. Mom's,
Absolutely.
lifting this thing up. You don't want Mom to snap her back, Or
anything else with her frail arthritic bones.
Exactly. Were you laughing?
I don't know. Arthritis. There's nothing funny about arthritis.
What kind of sicko are you?
I don't know.
We got to go. Anyway, congratulations. And that wraps it up. Wraps up the show. Wraps up the 5 garage door opener giveaways. Thanks to Banco. Bank on Banco. What a rousing success. We got to roll, folks. Have a phenomenal weekend. You need to get a hold of me. I'm MJ at MJMorningshow.com. That's MJ at MJMorningshow.com. Follow me on Instagram. I'm Certified MJ Radio. That's Certified MJ Radio. And again, email MJ at MJMorningshow.com. We'll see you back here Monday morning with the first $1,000 in the 6 o'clock hour with the ATMJ here on Q105. And let's be careful out there.
Download the app now. Get the Q105 app and listen to us anywhere. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-37...